Game tonight. We talked a little bit about it earlier in the week. Got, of course, the moment of silence as we honor Syke Tossie for his contributions, obviously, in his recent passing. And then, of course, we also have Brain Cancer Awareness Night honoring Mary Beth Bro, who will be here as well. Those are big things, not only for the program, but also for the athletic department as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, Syke Tossie, starting the Pop Warner program, really the main football program of its time in 1961, along with my dad. And, you know, Dave Chester got that going. And Syke was just monumental in Leominster. I mean, everybody knows him, everybody knew him, and he had a great impact on the city of Leominster and left really a legacy. I mean, I'm a person that he left a lasting impression on, that I try to pass forward a lot of the things he taught me along with my dad and my coaches. But it's just a terrific person. Then of course, Mary Beth Bro, she's given so much to this community as a nurse at the high school. Just a wonderful family, a wonderful person, really beloved among everybody in the community. And it should be a great night to honor her, and thoughts and prayers, for her, and we'll be glad to have her here, and hopefully we can get some excitement going for everybody that has been involved with this community for years and years.
It's an opening night. It's a beautiful night here at historic Doyle Field. You want to come on down and be a part of it. At the top of the hour, we've got your radio coverage for you here on the K-Zone, Leominster and Westfield. Coach, your key to victory tonight brought to you by Enterprise Bank.
I think we got to play with emotion, and we got to just feed off one another and just keep jumping on that positive train, get things going and think positively and make big plays and just push it to the end this week. I think we fell a little short last week. We didn't finish the last 4 minutes of the game. That's mostly on me, but hopefully we can play the full 44 minutes this week.
All right, Coach, best of luck.
All right, thanks, son.
Key to the Game brought to you by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank prides itself on being a true community bank. Leading with a deep sense of mission and purpose, they have the banking products you need, from their enterprising student checking and savings accounts to free business checking. Online at enterprisebanking.com. Enterprise Bank. Create success. Rollstone Bank and Trust countdown to kickoff continues here. 9 minutes to the top of the hour when we've got Leominster and Westfield for you here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Doyle Field.
Leominster High School nurse of 23 years, Mary Beth Bro, and Mary is out for the coin toss. She has been battling like a trooper, brain cancer tonight, and she will be the honorary coin tosser, if you will, for the this pregame ceremony. And great, everyone we saw the Leominster High School band migrate over. They took a picture. The captains from both teams got down, took a picture with her as well. Such tremendous support from the community, and this is really, Bill Thomas, what the epitome of community is all about.
Yeah, great turnout and a show of support, but we've seen this time and time again with the Blue Devil community, and it's great to see them rallying again behind a community member in need.
And this is one of those things that a lot of people don't realize. You talk about teachers and other staff that roam the halls of the school, but the nurse sees every single solitary student in that place.
Responsible for everyone.
She's responsible, or he is responsible, she or he is responsible. So Mary Beth Bro has, you know, basically been in the lives of essentially tens of thousands of students across her 23-year-long career. And so right now, feeling that tens of thousands of people behind her as she battles.
Leominster High School principal Steve Dubzinski down on the field with the Bro family all there connected. Coin toss is finished, and Bill Thomas, what do you got?
We got Leominster winning the coin toss. They've deferred as they did last week. They're going to kick off. They're going to be defending the goal to our right.
And that's your coin toss for this week 2 of action. Leominster and Westfield. To honor Leominster High School teacher, coach, and 50-year Pop Warner founding member, Psych Tossi, tonight. We will join Leominster High School public address announcer Dick Tucker and the Leominster High School marching band under the direction of their director, Barry Hudson. And that's the Leominster High School marching band under the direction of Barry Hudson with tonight's national anthem. And this week, where just so many things are on our mind. You've got an anniversary, and yet another year goes by since September 11th, 2001. Obviously, we talk about Mary Beth Bro and her brave battle against brain cancer. We talk about the passing just a few weeks ago of Donald Psych Tossi. You've got storms, battering the coast down in the Carolinas, and obviously a lot of Leominster transplants work their way down there, as do a lot of people from the Central Mass region. And then, of course, you throw that on top of course, the natural gas explosions in Lawrence and North Andover and Andover last night. Just so many things to be thankful for, and hopefully for all of them, we can provide a little bit of entertainment tonight in what is going to be a fantastic football game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight. I am expecting a fantastic football game. I'm really anticipating the unknown, how this game's going to play out. But you're right, Todd. There's so much going on in the world. You want to get out, you want to relax, you want to enjoy yourself. Come on down to Doyle Field tonight if you're sitting home. It's a great night to be out. We got a nice little sneaky moon out there tonight, and the lights are on, and uniform and helmets are shining, and we're ready for some football.
And we're ready for kickoff.
And a proud supporter of Leominster High School football with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and over 25 years of experience. Make Troy Hebert your first choice for your home construction, remodeling, and damage repair needs. Find Troy Hebert online at troyhebertconstruction.com and line up your free estimate. Now, with the call of the game, the voice of the Blue Devils, Todd Robbins.
All right, Bill Thomas, thank you so much. Ball on the tee, 40-yard line at our right. 11 minutes on the board as we get set to start quarter number 1. A delay as they're moving some personnel around, trying to get the sidelines clear as well. We welcome you to this coverage wherever you are on AM 1280, 105.3 FM, or streaming live at WPKZ.net on the K-Zone, or a good opportunity to welcome in our viewers joining us on Leominster TV as well for their 20th anniversary of coverage and the start of the home schedule for the 20th anniversary season. We welcome in our executive director, our award-winning producer, Bradley Bedard out there. Bradley, I've already promoted you as the process goes.
I'm sure Carl would be thrilled about that.
Well, I mean, yeah, you know, as we get set to it. Thank you. We get set to it to get started. There's still a delay out on the field. Officials going back and forth, and
I'm not seeing any chain gang out here. There are no chains, no chain gang. So we might be here a while. I will mention,
yes,
viewers on LTV are going to get a little different look tonight. They're actually going to see the direction in the what we are seeing.
Where's the poet?
So I'm looking forward to that.
Bob Cross would not have allowed this.
I know.
Bob Cross wouldn't be standing
I bet he's got chains he carries around with him for just this kind of
Indeed
moment.
he does. And there they are. They have emerged triumphantly. The down box and the chains are here, and we are set for action. And Bill Thomas,
so
you are absolutely, you're absolutely correct. On the approach, Pablo Rodriguez puts the right foot into it. Right to left it goes. This one will be fielded on the one hop. And here come the Bombers straight up the middle of the field across the 20, 25, and down at around the 26-yard line. Christian Nelpinski on the return for the Bombers. And 6 seconds into this one, we've got Bomber football, their own 26-yard line, coming left to right here at historic Doyle Field tonight. And as Bill Thomas said, television and radio going in the same direction. So the Bombers, we're going to go left to right here at quarter number 1. Blue Devils will defend the goal to our right, as Bill Thomas told us, after the coin toss.
I got my one and only job right tonight. I had so much going on out there, but what a great opening game ceremony. Great tribute.
Great faith in you, Bill Thomas, as always. Mike Nihill and the Bomber offense out on the field. Shotgun spread. Single back in the backfield. 4 receivers, 2 on either side of the formation. And panic as Nihill looks. And this is an opportunity for us to quickly meet that Leominster defense. And the starting lineup for the Leominster defense is brought to you by Schofield Power Equipment.
Zach Del Judas, 81, senior linebacker. I'm Zachary Calladay. I'm number 64. I'm a senior, and I play defensive tackle. Kyle Philbin, number 51, sophomore, defensive end. Miles Bowers, number 2, junior linebacker. Connor Marchand, number 22, senior middle linebacker. Ali Gillot, number 1, junior outside linebacker. Alesh Martinez, number 44, senior linebacker. Adam Couch, number 21, senior cornerback. JC Core, number 6, sophomore safety. Brian Rodriguez, number 4, senior corner. Felipe Garcia, number 5, senior safety.
And on the first play from scrimmage out of the timeout, shotgun set, Nihill back to pass. Now he's improvising, being pushed back, farther back. Leominster defense closes on him, and a huge sack in the backfield to open the offensive drive for the Bombers. Defense huge in on that one, and out of a Bomber timeout, Coach Rob Parent cannot be happy with that.
That didn't quite work out, whatever they drew up. Let's give credit to Joe Conlon there, just leading the charge, chasing the quarterback around there. What's that, Nihill? And finally sacking him.
Officially a loss of 11 on the play, so 2nd down and 21.
Indeed it is. From back at their own 15-yard line, the snap and the quick give went to Dakota Moynihan straight up the middle of the field. And of course, you noticed in that Leominster starting lineup, Dom Delgado getting the start at linebacker. Flag out at the end of the play. There was a conversation going on between a couple of Bombers and somebody from Leominster playing the safety or corner spot. There was a discussion. It seemed relatively harmless, but as it turned out, it drew a flag from the back judge stepping in, and so they've got a signal for a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on each side, so the penalties will offset, and we will play 3rd down. 3rd down and 21 coming up here from their own 15 for the Bombers. So we were mentioning that change on defense in that linebacking core. Anthony Tossi is out. He's got a concussion. He's out for the foreseeable future. Dom Delgado will take his place in the linebacking core tonight, as you heard in the introductions.
That was like deja vu all over again. We had one of those personal fouls go both ways just to take control of the game. Good job by the officials right there, right at the beginning.
3rd down and 21. Shotgun set. 3 receivers to the open side right. Here's the snap and the give to Moynihan. He goes against the grain to the left side of the formation. Met there by Couch. Couch, and down he goes, crossing the 20-yard line at the 21.
A little extracurricular activity on the ground after that, but nice one-on-one tackle by Couch, bringing up a 4th down.
Moynihan picking up 4 on that play. That's the kind of defense we were hoping for. Moynihan trying to push it out to the outside edge. We know that that has traditionally been Leominster's defense. They're a little bit Achilles heel last year, but so far against Marlborough, I was extraordinarily impressed with their containment on the outside edge. More to come this week, I hope.
And here's 4th down and 16 to go. Punt formation for the Bombers. They stand back at their own 10-yard line, and that looks like Moynihan waiting for the snap. He'll ask for the ball. Good snap to him. One-step kick. It's a low shank off the side of the foot. Hops around the 44-yard line. Flag is down from the back judge all the way back past Adam Couch as the ball rolls out of bounds at the Blue Devil 46-yard line. But there is a flag out on the play where there was nobody other than Adam Couch standing.
It looked like, I don't know, what would he be calling back there? Some kind of hold on the downfield gunner maybe, but we'll have to see what they come up with. That was just
he's the back judge. He's got the big
occurrence.
College back judge B on his back. Can't miss him.
And he's got a pretty big flag there, too.
Coach Palazzi's wondering what the problem is as well.
I think it was a beach towel he's carrying around with him.
Umpire called back into the conversation.
Can you imagine that you have to have this long a conversation when no one was in the vicinity of the flag? What's the conversation about?
What did you see? Well, I'm not sure what I saw.
Not entirely certain where to even go.
Go pick it up. Just go pick it up.
And the referee now going over to talk to Coach Rob Parent. There's pointing going on. I'm a bit lost. 8:40 to remain here in the first quarter. No score. Punt went to Leominster, and that's as far as we got. Flag down on the play.
And Coach Palazzi doesn't look happy. I'm not sure what he's...
Decline? No?
Looks like, 12 men potentially, and the penalty was declined. And so it'll be Leominster football at their own 45. It's either a legal substitution or an ineligible participation there. They're saying 12 men up here on press row.
It took that long to count to 12?
I'm a little surprised. Usually that comes out pretty quick.
For reals?
Yeah, kind of confusing, but we'll get started nonetheless. Leominster's got the football. They got it 1st down and 10. They're on 45-yard line, coming right to left here in quarter number 1. Brian Rodriguez will flank out far to the right side of the formation at the wide receiver spot. Single back in the backfield is Marchand, and this is a double wing formation.
Love it. Old-time
Under
football.
center goes Cora. Sets Couch in motion. Couch gets the handoff, turns the right corner and upfield, crosses midfield and powers his way to the 46-yard line of the Bombers. And there's a statement run to open the football game.
Absolutely, and a new look too. I don't know if we saw that formation last week, but it's nice to see the coach moving some personnel around and trying some different angles of attack.
2nd down and about a yard to go for the Blue Devils. Need a 1st down at the Bomber 45-yard line, and Rodriguez leaves the huddle early, and he's set out on the line of scrimmage. He's ready to go.
I hope the play doesn't go to him. He's really excited.
Here comes the rest of the team in that double wing or rocket offense, as Coach Palazzi calls it, a back on either side of the formation. Here comes the motion man, fake it, and then the give. Connor Marchand straight up the middle of the field. Crosses the 45, and he's powered back by the Bomber defense. But it is already a Blue Devil 1st down. Time now to meet the Leominster offense, and it is powered by Schofield Power Equipment.
JC Core, number 6, sophomore quarterback. Adam Couch, number 21, senior running back.
Connor Marchand, number 22, senior fullback. Zach Del Judas, 81, senior tight end. Brian Rodriguez, number 4, senior wide receiver.
Ali Gillot, number 1, junior wide receiver.
Kyle Philbin, number 51, sophomore tackle. Frank Apoku, number 60, junior left tackle. Jack Philbin, number 50, sophomore guard.
Hi, my name is Dominic Delgado. I am number 65. I am a senior, and I play offensive guard.
My name is Zachary Calladay. I'm number 64. I'm a senior, and I play offensive guard.
I'm Joe Conlon, number 72. I'm a junior, and I'm the right tackle.
1st down carry for Connor Marchand, straight up the middle, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5, and the ball finds itself at the Bomber 38-yard line. Schofield Power Equipment brings us our starting lineups for the Leominster High School Blue Devils. And Bill Thomas, we're going to highlight one more thing. Again, on an Anthony Tossi injury, Dom Delgado is the center tonight, and that is who J.C. Cora finds himself under center right now.
Oh boy.
Snap, he faked the give, pulled it back out. He now runs it to the outside, gets corner crossing the 40, and he's out of bounds with a very exciting, potentially no gain or a half-yard loss on the play. It looks like it'll be 3rd down and 6.
I don't think you can come up with a more exciting play that doesn't go for a game, but good heads-up play there by J.C. Carr. I don't know if that was a busted handoff or it was going to be a read option, but he didn't like what he saw. He tucked and ran, and if he learned anything last week at the end of that game, don't force the situation. So we'll see if he's if that's the one thing that he's taken out of that game last week.
Third down and about 6 to go. Leominster needs the Bomber 33-yard line for a first down. Core's going to go under center with split backs behind him. Here's the snap. Sweet pitch going to the outside in the hands of Couch. Couch takes it off the right edge. He's got some room, and right sideline. Marked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Very close. Couch had bounced it to the outside. Huge run down that right sideline, and he got a full head of steam, turned the edge, and goodbye.
Well, it was all about that angle, and I love these quick hitters that the coaches put in these plays. Let the back read the defense, see where they're coming from. We know they're aggressive, and take advantage of it right down the field. They're all on the ground and to perfection.
It's going to be a 35-yard pickup for Couch on that one. First down for Leominster.
We got to finish it off here. Let's get it in the end zone.
A first down and goal to go. Core coming back into the play. Clock stopped as the ball went out of bounds. 6:38 to play here in the first quarter. No score, Leominster and Westfield. Each team has touched the football. Westfield's drive stalled out on their own side of the field. Leominster threatening here in the early going. Shotgun set. It'll be Marchand with Couch dotting the I, a receiver on either side of the formation. Gillott is wide to the left as Cora goes under center. Snap, give it to Couch, cuts back inside the tackle, into the end zone. It's a Blue Devil touchdown.
And we get to see that new scoreboard light up for the first time on the Blue Devil side.
6:34 to play here in the first quarter, and Leominster hangs a 6. 6-0 Leominster, extra point pending.
Where's the fireworks? You pay big money for a scoreboard that doesn't shoot fireworks? Come on,
in
Leominster.
Massachusetts, you got to have a Minuteman. You got to have somebody that fires a musket of some kind.
Great opening drive by the Blue Devils right there. All on the ground for perfection.
Gabe Elias holds for Pablo Rodriguez. Gets the signal to begin play. Good snap, ball down, kick up. Rodriguez drives it onto the Morton Street Hill, and the teams come back up the field. 6:34 to play in the first quarter with the score. Leominster 7 and Westfield 0. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV tonight. First time we get to say hello to you. And Kate, you've got a drive summary for that Blue Devil scoring drive.
Scoring drive for the Blue Devils, 6 plays covering 55 yards. Time of possession, 2 minutes and 39 seconds. It ends with a 4-yard rush, courtesy of Adam Couch.
Coach over here congratulating his offensive players. Really, his offensive line is in there having a drink with him. Great job by those players there opening up holes, and at least a 7.
To historic Doyle Field on the K-Zone. Ball on the T, 40-yard line at our right. And Rodriguez puts the low-lying line drive straight up the left hashes. It's misplayed on the play by Moynihan. Goes back, gets it at the 10-yard line. Flag is out around the 30. He's got some room and open field on the left side. Everyone scrambling back into the play. Rodriguez is trying to angle him, as is Felipe Garcia. And a catch-up on the play. Tackle comes from behind. It's Larry Najum that catches back up into the play and makes the tackle. But it's very exciting for not a heck of a lot of much. Flag out at the 26-yard line.
It's in that block in the back territory. We'll have to see what the officials have.
Here comes the signal.
Looks like
a block below the waist is going to be the signal.
Chop block.
There's the signal, block below the waist, signaled against the Bombers.
Every time they do that signal, I'm going head, shoulders, knees and toes.
So it was exciting to see, all for naught.
Indeed it was. So the Bombers start with mediocre field position after they enforce the penalty. And that one will put them back even farther, actually, in their own territory than I believe. Going to mark it from the 26-yard line.
They're going to be back inside the 15, I think, when they're done with this. Halfway.
And right about the 13-yard line, give or take. 6:19 to play. Here in the first quarter, Leominster's got the early 7-0 lead. Starting lineups brought to you by Schofield Power Equipment. They sell quality performance power lawnmowers, snow blowers, generators, chainsaws, and they service them all too. On site, 12 Summer Street in Leominster. Done right the first time, you've got Schofield Power. On the web at schofieldpower.net. Here comes the Bombers and quarterback Mike Nihill. Shotgun set, single back in the backfield. 3 receivers out in the formation, 2 on the left. Nihill with the shotgun snap. Try to jump pass, eluded 2 tackles. Now he's got some room. Finds his way to the right side of the formation and upended by Brian Rodriguez. Rodriguez wraps him up around the thighs and throws him down on the play.
Rodriguez never went to the ground. He just gave him a wrestling move right there. But great job of escape magic right there by Nihill. He was trapped for about a 6 or 8 yard loss. Somehow he wiggled out of that and turned it into a small gain.
I believe my friends in the Greco-Roman wrestling industry call that a double leg takedown, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. 5:45 to play here in quarter number 1.
Surprised there isn't a hold there. Just saying.
There's a lot of running around there. That's
for 3 yards.
Yeah.
Indeed. 2nd down and 7 to go. Shotgun set for Nihill. 3 receivers out to the left of the formation. Moynihan's the back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff as he steps through right side of tackle, and forward he goes, down around the 19-yard line.
That's a nice wrap-up by Calladay on that. You see him? That's a bear hug and a half if I've ever seen one.
That's a tackling clinic right there. Wrap him up and take him to the ground. Don't try to bounce off him and knock him over. Take him down.
That were Purdy. That's a gain of 3 on that one.
At the risk of saying it too early, the intensity. The intensity is something that seemed to be missing from Leominster last season, and you could see the intensity this year. It's there, and it's there in large quantities.
Well, I think last week was a big confidence booster, and I'd be willing to say they probably had a pretty good week of practice, even though they came out on the losing end. A lot to build off of from last week.
3rd down and 4 to go. Shotgun set for Nihill. Moynihan's in the backfield with him. He's got 4 receivers evenly spread in the formation. Here's a snap. Nihill got some time, being pushed from the outside by Philbin. Philbin got cut out of the play. Nihill's still there, bouncing into the outside with his legs. Turns the left corner. He's got 1st down yardage and more. Still tiptoeing the sideline, and finally angled out of bounds after a huge gain. Out to the Bomber 45-yard line.
Had him, lost containment.
Well, one of the things to think about, great penetration by the Leominster defense on there, and they've been getting to the quarterback, but have not been able to finish that tackle. And when you come that hard and you get that much penetration into the backfield, there's what can happen if you don't wrap up that tackle. Yep. You could lose a big play to the outside. Now it's 1st down and 10 for Westfield around midfield. Whole nother situation. They're not backed up in their own end. Now it's a new ball game for them on this offensive drive.
And it's 1st down and 10 to go for the Bombers. Their own 44 at left hash. Nihill's going to back up into a shotgun set. 3 receivers to the open side right. Moynihan, the back to his right. Here's the snap. Give it to Moynihan. Moynihan was in and out of the grasp very quickly, and he'll drag his way forward for a gain of about 6 just across midfield to about the Blue Devil 49.5-yard line.
Moynihan showing some good 1st down power there, but I think we're going to have to keep an eye on Nihill. He's got to show some good speed back there, and I think that's they might have to put a spy on him, because you can't let him break that containment. That's going to end up turning into multiple big gains.
He's quick.
Yeah, he's certainly proved his elusiveness in the early going here, to say the least. 2nd down, about 4 to go. They've got the ball spotted right at the midfield stripe, just to the left of that running devil on the Leominster L. Shotgun set for Nihill. Moynihan in the backfield with him. 3 receivers at the open side right. On 2nd down, the snap, fake the give, pull it back out. Here comes Nihill. Turns the corner. Flag flies out right around the 48-yard line, and perhaps an illegal block by a receiver.
Right there, right in front of the official, too. I think he took down Brian Rodriguez out here on the end as he was trying to seal the end. He sealed it when he got pushed to the ground.
Offensive pass interference appears to be the signal.
So you have that going for you.
And the ball will get marked back.
If you don't throw the ball. Wouldn't that be a holding?
Could be curious, but the ball marked down at the 42-yard line of the Bombers, back across midfield and on their own half of the stripe. It'll be a 2nd down and about 12 to go from the 42-yard line as the Bombers continue from left to right. 3.5 minutes to play here in quarter 1. Leominster's lead is 7-0 here in quarter 1. Here come the Bombers out of their huddle and to the line. They're going to send 3 receivers out in the formation to the left. In the backfield, Moynihan stands to the left of Nihill. On 2nd and 12, Nihill gets a good shotgun snap with some time, slides to his left and throws, and just out of the reach of his intended receiver, Mason Collingwood.
covered by Elijah Martinez. But nice design play there. They flooded the left side and cleared it out for the back. Just couldn't connect. I think that was going to go for first down yardage there. Just a little overthrown.
Nice job by the Leominster defense here. They allow a big play deep in Westfield territory, and now 3rd down and 12. Right now, I'm really impressed with this Leominster defense. Their ability to contain, their ability to keep their composure even after giving up a big play, even though it's early on. But again, shades of last year. Those are the ghosts of Christmas past, as it were. Doing a nice job kind of looking forward and moving forward.
On this 3rd and 12 for the Bombers, they need to reach the Leominster 44 for a first down. Back to pass, Nihil with some time. Looks over the middle of the field. A dead duck.
Oh, J.C. Cora wanted that.
Yes, it did. Just out of the reach of J.C. Cora.
I'm going to put him as the intended.
Yeah, I think he was.
Anybody got a problem with that? I'm taking a vote.
No objection. Check of the time and temperature. It's brought to you by Acme Carpet One in Lunenburg, a local family-owned floor covering store doing business in the same location for over 50 years. There are lots of pros and cons in the flooring business, and these are the pros. Online at acmecarpet1.com. 71 degrees on a Friday night in October and 7:24 on this Friday, September the 14th. 4th down and 12 to go. Moynihan in punt formation into zone 31. Good snap. Also shanked off the side of his foot. And look out sideline. Coach Palazzi makes the one-handed play. Out of bounds inside Leominster territory across the 35 at the 34-yard line.
I've got big news. Aztec volleyball. Assabet Valley Aztec volleyball gets the sweep over Monty Tech. JV wins 2-1. Varsity 2-1.
3 games to 1. It said 3 games to 1.
They play best of 5?
I'm just telling you what it says. I'm reading your
so let's get back to football. One thing I noticed those first 2 drives, Westfield is not a passing team.
Nope.
Looked very disorganized back there in the passing situations. I think they're over. They're very uncomfortable, and the Blue Devils doing a good job defense in the pass.
Here comes J.C. Cora, and that split set behind him. The snap got it in the hands of Marchand, and Marchand battles through the A-gap, slips a defender, and dragged down around the 38-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd down and 5. Determined running up the center of that formation by Marchand.
Running like a bull.
Yes.
Just, he's not running around people. He's running over people, and if there's a fence there, he's going to run through the fence to get to you. But he's not bashful when it comes to contact.
Indeed, he's not. But if you had a chance to meet Connor Marchand, a lot more like Ferdinand the Bull. He's powerful, he's determined, and he's a real nice kid. Person. So it's a credit to his family as well. 2:15 to play here in the first quarter. 7-0 Leominster's lead. Shotgun snap. Cora fielded it, gave it to Couch. Full head of steam. He runs away from the defense again. He's across midfield. 30, 35, go 20, and angled out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Defense scrambled back in and caught up to Couch. Wow. What breakaway speed. He's getting a full head of steam, Bill Thomas, as he goes to hook that right-hand turn at the corner of the formation.
And I'm guessing they saw a matchup they like over there on the right-hand side, either the end or the wide receiver matchup to seal off that corner, and they've taken advantage of it in a big way 2 times now.
Officially a gain of 39 on that play. It brings it down to the Westfield 19-yard line.
2:03 to play here in quarter number 1. Clock stop while they reset the chains.
Chains are going in the wrong direction. We got somebody.
We have a youthful chain gang. Do you see how youthful
I see that? One of them's wearing a Leominster shirt.
Those were the kids running across the field before the game. They had to go get where's the chain gang?
I love it.
We can't give them any flack.
Bob Cross.
Not at all.
Oh, we miss you, Bob Cross.
They're probably volunteers.
Here's the handoff to Justice Reynolds. Reynolds takes to the left side. He's got angle to the pylon. He's in the end zone. It's a Leominster touchdown.
What a breakout
Justice
run.
Reynolds.
Whoa. I thought he was sealed off there inside. All of a sudden he pops out, and we get some extracurricular activity after the flag. Somebody kind of having a little conversation there with Zach Calladay, and I think that Calladay might be the innocent party in this, but he's
certainly not afraid to tell him what he thinks.
Right, exactly. And the official's like, hey, just turn around, kid. But great end to a drive there, and on the ground, right down the field. And I like what I'm seeing here, this game plan this week.
Referee feels the need to go over and have long conversations with Rob Parent before enforcing the penalty.
You know what it reminds me of? Ed Hockley.
Yeah, apparently. But only conversations on the far side. And now here come the officials again.
Right, and Coach Palazzi's there like, what is going on?
But part of the problem is the cadence. It stops the cadence of the entire game. And I understand you want to get the call right, and that's paramount. That's the primary goal. But the cadence of the game, like, come breaks to
Personal
run.
foul signaled against the. And I believe that's the signal Coach Palazzi said back at the point.
What gave that away, the kick?
One would think. 1:54 to play in the first quarter. 13-0 Leominster's lead off of a Justice Reynolds touchdown, and we await the point after as slowly through molasses we get to the point where Pablo Rodriguez will get his shot. It's just been a very odd. I haven't seen this much conversation with one sideline in a game that's not been all that.
A game, a team coming from quite a distance.
Ball down by Elias. Banks it off the upright, and it's through.
Almost knocked the goalpost down there, but it's good.
Elias got the hold down. Rodriguez drove it up off the right upright, and in it went. 14-0. Leominster's lead. 1:54 to play here in the first quarter as the teams come back upfield. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone. WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV right now. Kate, you've got the Leominster scoring drive.
I certainly do. Scoring drive for the Blue Devils. 3 plays covering 61 yards. Time of possession, 57 seconds.
Short, Bill Thomas. Short, quick, and effective drives.
And the key play, Adam Couch around the right end. Broke it for a 30-plus run. Set him up for that touchdown. Second drive in a row.
1:54 to play here in the first quarter. 14-0. Leominster's lead here in quarter number 1. Remember, anytime radio steps away, bonus coverage for you here on Leominster TV.
Marking off 15 here.
Back to historic Doyle Field, where Bill Thomas, you're absolutely right. They were setting the ball 40-yard line at our right, and then they went, oh, by the way, there's a 15-yard penalty that they need to move the ball up for. And so they do. They move the ball across from the Leominster 40, across midfield to the Bomber 45, where that personal foul will be kicked off from.
I could do this.
So Rodriguez with the ball on the T, 45-yard line at our left on the approach. He boots it strongly with the right foot out the back of the end zone.
Looked like Gronkowski.
And that ball will come out with a touchback.
Not Gronkowski. Oh my God, Goskowski.
Yes.
Wow, that was bad.
You got the G right.
No, that's still terrible.
I bet you Gronk could kick if he had to.
My father-in-law just went, ooh.
Ooh. You're no Patriots fan.
Ooh.
Get it right.
I'll hear about that.
He's very forgiving.
But he's still going to tell me. You think Kevin's not going to tell me?
He's a forgiving guy.
Call me a disappointment.
He knows how difficult this job is. 1:54 to play here in the first quarter. 14-0 Leominster's lead. Happy to have you with us wherever you are on AM 1280 and 105.3 FM, streaming live at WPKZ.net and in live simulcast with our partners at Leominster TV on Verizon, Comcast, and Facebook Live tonight as well. First down and 10 to go. Ball at the 20-yard line coming left to right for Nihill and the Bomber offense. Here's a snap. Give it to Moynihan. Moynihan with some room. Straight up the middle across the 20. Dragged down about the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 4. 2nd and 6.
I think they're going to find out very fast up the middle is not the way to go. And the Blue Devils here, especially Connor Marchand patrolling that middle, along with Elijah Martinez and some of his friends there. Not up the middle. Up the middle is not where you want to go.
We mentioned it during our Facebook Live coverage on the K-Zone Facebook page. However crooked that coverage may have been as far as the way the video is facing. But beyond that small fact that Zuckerberg threw me a curveball tonight, we talked a lot about this mirror-looking offense that they run, and Leominster has picked up on things that are very similar. Here's a 2nd down and 5 carry. The give was to Moynihan. He's got some room to the middle, crosses the 25-yard line, maybe to the 26. Marked as looks like a gain of about 1 on the play. 3rd down 4 to go, or 3rd down and 5 to go, excuse me. But Bill Thomas, if you've seen that same formation time and time again in practice, and you know the calls and you know the cadences, and you're like, we know what this looks like. We can scheme against this. We do it every week.
And that's the scheme that we saw Leominster come out with last week, running the ball out of the shotgun, which they weren't very effective at. But I think they know how to defense that and what to look for, and they're doing a good job of that tonight. And I'm glad to see J.C. Cora under center. I think it gives them a better opportunity for success.
Down to about 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Nihill with the snap on 3rd down and 5. Rolling hard to his right. Looks down right sideline. Dart thrown. Swatted away. There's Elijah Martinez, the linebacker, stepping in for Anthony Tossi. And right away, he's on the score sheet this week, knocking it down.
Yeah, I mean, I just mentioned him. He's doing a good job in the middle and help jamming things up. And he's out there on that screen pass right in the middle of it. Good job. Good awareness. Good recognition.
Clock stops on the incompletion at 24 seconds to play here in the first quarter, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 5 to go, Kate.
Quick area update for you. Wachusett right now ahead of Tantasco 15-0 at the end of the first.
Wow. That's a different week for Wachusett, who struggled last week against Doherty. Good snap and punt formation for Moynihan. This one looks much better. High arcer, hops about the Leominster 46, inside the 40, still rolling, and will be touched down at the Leominster 36-yard line. And that's where Leominster will have the football with 11 seconds to play here in the first quarter. They'll come right to left for that remaining 11 seconds. Then they'll change ends and, in theory, keep this drive alive. And right now, things are coming up roses for Leominster in quarter number 1.
We'll have to see how they handle this third drive. I think this might be their worst starting position. They're pretty close to it. And they did not have good starting position last week. They were, deep in their own side of the 50 on most of the drives. And they took advantage of those first 2 drives. But now we'll have to see how they make out here a little further back in their own territory.
Split back setting up behind J.C. Cora. 2 to the open side right for the receivers. A single receiver on the far side, Rodriguez, to the right of the formation. Here's the snap, and the sweep pitch comes to Couch. Couch turns left corner. He's across the 40-45, cuts back in a defender across midfield and reaches to the 48-yard line. And that's the way quarter number 1 will almost end. 2 seconds as they stop it on the first down and reset the chains. And I would imagine the last 2 ticks are going to come off here in quarter number 1. And they're going to change ends right there at midfield. We'll wait. They wind the clock. Here comes the last 2 seconds, and that's the end of quarter number 1 here from historic Doyle Field, where Leominster comes out to a fantastic start in week 2. 14-0 over Westfield through quarter number 1. A break, and we're back with more. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV as we reach the end of quarter number 1 and a 14-0 Leominster lead. Radio will be back with us in a moment, but that first quarter of action, a lot of good things from Leominster we've seen that maybe we haven't seen in a long period of time. Yeah, and I think that that's just feeding off. I'm going to guess they had a good week of practice. They had to come in confident that that they played well. For like the coach said, except for the last 4 minutes of the game last week. I think that is just carried over to this week, getting off to that fast start, obviously, but let's give credit to the coach. I'm glad to see him getting JC out of that shotgun, get him under center. I think he can recognize things and take advantage of that speed rush, that bull rush that the coach said he hates, but he's going to find a way to beat.
Now, Billy, from the stat sheet, something I think that you will find interesting. Leominster already with 129 yards of offense. Last week, total game offense, 182 yards, so already explosive in comparison. Last week was that big defensive showdown, though. Right now, Leominster's already got 14 points on the board. Bradley Bedard giving us a great look tonight, our award-winning executive producer, contrary to other things. All good song. Absolutely. Will you be my bodyguard? Back here to historic Doyle Field in Leominster as the teams change ends for the second quarter, and straight up the middle of the field with some room. And on his feet, it's Connor Marchand. Marchand with a carry, cuts back 3 times, and this time now going to his left across the Bomber 25 and dragged down at the 22-yard line. Excellent run by the fullback Connor Marchand, who found a lot of room up the center of the field. And mom, Kim Marchand, elated down here in about the 5th row. Why wouldn't she? That's a pickup of 29. You got to be excited. And I wouldn't say a lot of room, but he made his own room between the hash marks right there. And I think he probably encountered every Westfield player on the way to that 29-yard pickup. Bouncing up. And kept bouncing and rolling over him. Make them miss. First down and 10 to go. The ball at the 23-yard line of the Bombers, going left to right. Split back set behind Cora. 3 receivers in the formation. The snap, they make the pitch. It goes to Couch, and Couch is swarmed by the defense, and down they go. It'll be a loss of about 3 on the play, and it'll bring up second down and about 13 to go as we begin this second quarter of action. It's time now for our hard-working player spotlight, and it's brought to you by Workers Credit Union, home of the $3 million give back program. The more you bank, the more you get back. Check them out on the web at WCU.com. Workers Credit Union, doing what's right for you. Billy, we got 2 nominees. Adam Couch right now, 95 yards and a touchdown, but I'm really impressed with that Leominster D. I am too, but really impressed with that Leominster
Couches led the way in the first quarter. I got to give him props.
95 yards and a touchdown. The hardworking player spotlight for this week 2. Give it to Adam Couch. High snap fielded by Cora on 2nd and 13. He's got some room down the sideline. He cuts back in across the defender and into the end zone. All of the Bombers went one way, and Cora went the other and into the end zone. It's another Leominster touchdown.
And that play looked busted from the get-go, and all of a sudden he popped out around the end. But you see that little shimmy shaky game right there at about the 3-yard line?
Just disappeared.
Oh, that was pretty. And I tell you, I feel great for J.C. Cora right now,
indeed.
because as much as he struggled in that game last week, I mean, he's had more success in the first 13 minutes tonight.
This is what we call a confidence builder.
Yes,
and I love it. Here comes the wave after the 26-yard touchdown rush by your sophomore quarterback, J.C. Cora. The wave led by the cheerleaders, except only the cheerleaders are allowed on the field, not all the rest of you.
Ball down with Elias and driven up and good to the top field by Pablo Rodriguez. Team's coming back up the field. 9:39 to play in quarter number 2. We're just underway in the second quarter. It's Leominster 21 and Westfield nothing. I don't know if you had that one. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV. And Kate, I don't know if anybody had 21-0, 2 minutes into the second quarter, but this is an impressive start for Leominster.
Nobody in Central Mass certainly did. Scoring drive summary for the Blue Devils. Touchdown, 4 plays, covering 64 yards in a total of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. It ends with a 26-yard touchdown rush by your sophomore quarterback, J.C. Cora.
Great job there running the offense by J.C. Interestingly enough, that was out of the shotgun, which has not been their friend.
Back to historic Doyle Field. Pablo Rodriguez with the kick end over end. It will be returned by Moynihan. He's got some room across the 25, then the 30. Got outside at the 35, go 40, and angled out of bounds there across the 45-yard line of the Bombers. Meanwhile, Leominster player down at the backside of the play. Trainers out on the field. It looked like he was either trying to, stretch out his leg. Very
Billy.
long, but got to stretch that one out, to say the least.
It's our annual discussion about hydration and 71 degrees.
71-degree night.
Ready, begin.
Well, you can't start drinking now.
No, that's right.
That's all I got to say
it's a little too
about
late
that.
for the water
If you
now.
haven't been drinking all week, don't bother.
But the worst part is we have the best provisions of water that any high school athletic facility or program has in all of Massachusetts and all of New England, and nary I say the nation, led by the Aquaman himself, Matty Houle. Drink something, people. Drink.
He can't be with him every minute of the day. The guy can only provide it when he sees him at practice.
Because you know he would show up in a classroom with a Gatorade bottle if they let him.
I'm surprised he hasn't assigned a Gatorade bottle to every player that they have to consume. At least
check it at practice
one
every day.
bottle full.
Do you think Matty considers this a personal affront? Somebody cramps. This is a personal affront to Matt Houle.
Matt Hoole's a great guy.
Justin
he doesn't
Reynolds.
consider anything a personal affront. Justin Reynolds is back up, as Bill Thomas points out, and he will walk off the field on his own power. Cramp
Now, I
released.
certainly don't want to have anyone think that we're making light of an injury. We knew it was a cramp right away. This does tend to happen in September all the time. Justice will go. Matty will get him hydrated. He'll be right back on that field. That was an obvious cramp right off the bat, so I want to make sure everybody knows we are certainly not trying to make light of an injury, but that one was a cramp 100% all the way, and he's walking no problem.
He's walking fine. I want to see him come over to this water bottle, though. Oh, he's got his own. Oh, he's got some Gatorade or something good.
Fantastic.
Back to pass and over the center of the field. Nihil completes his first pass of the night. Finds it in the hands of the tight end, Mason Collingwood. Across the Bomber 45 and out of bounds around the 48-yard line. Goes for a gain of 5. And it'll be, looks like, second down.
But never want mothers or grandmothers of players upset with me. There is nothing worse.
Those are your people.
Those are my people, and there's nothing worse. So I want to make sure we make sure that very, very clear. He is good. He's just working out a cramp.
Update from the Bernardian Bowl. Mike LeClaire over there for us tonight. St. Bernard's on top of Monty Tech through one quarter. 12-0. Bernardians on top of the Bulldogs from Monty Tech. Over at Bernardian Bowl, we'll have updates from there throughout the night on second down and 5. And the give straight up the middle. still with some room. It was Moynihan across midfield and dragged down around the 47-yard line.
You know, speaking of St. Bernard, you had a great conversation with him with Tom Bingham,
Indeed.
Coach Classic. He had some great points about how he prepares his team during the week, and I thought it was very insightful with, you know, talking about no contact and trying to keep his team healthy because he doesn't have a big squad, you know, the little engine that could. So great insight by Tom and his coaching philosophy.
Got a Worcester TNG update out in Western Massachusetts. I believe Central is up 21-6 over St. John's with 27 seconds left in the first quarter.
When did St. John start 0-2 last?
Ever? A long time. Somebody's got to dust off a record book to find out that answer. 3rd down and a yard. Here's the delayed give, little counter motion, and it was from Moynihan. And Moynihan was swallowed up at the Blue Devil 45, but it is enough for a Bomber first down. Speaking of Howie Kahn and his Scholastic Sports Zone, Bill Thomas, we've got a promo for them coming up on Sunday. You've got Tommy Sansasia and Maynard High football coach Harold Ogilvie, along with some team members, Harold Ogilvie and coverage, and players Timmy Lawton, Josh Dornelis, and Tommy Smith will all be there with them on the Scholastic Sports Zone this Sunday from 11 to noon, right here on the K-Zone. Also an opportunity, by the way, to send our condolences and best wishes to Howie Kahn and family on the passing of the patriarch of the Kahn family. Has passed away this week after a long and courageous battle with cancer, and we're thinking of Howie and the family this week as well. Here's Nihill going up the center of the field with some room. Collier underneath it, backpedaling, falls over, and the pass falls incomplete.
A wobbly duck didn't quite get there, a little underthrown. Worked out to the Blue Devils' advantage right there because somehow he got close to 10 yards behind the defense. Somebody lost their coverage there, but fall harmlessly to the turf.
Hey, can you believe it? Sean Sweeney's tweeting from the Leominster game.
Has anybody
Really?
seen Sean Sweeney tonight? Oh, wait a minute. There he is.
Is that like when you're
Sean,
sitting
how
on the
are you?
couch next to somebody and instead of talking to you, they text you? Because Sean is standing right behind us. Hi, Sean.
2nd down and 10 to go. Ball at the Blue Devil 45 as the Bombers come right to left. There was Collier, the slot receiver, had to tie a shoe. Now he's up slot to the left. Little pistol formation there, and now the handoff. Got a new back into the game. That's 23 on the carry. As he turns inside for the Bombers, it's Adam Boggs on the carry.
Not to be confused with his brother Wade.
That's correct.
Senior running back, first action tonight, at least first carry. Haven't seen him in the backfield. Get some fresh legs in there, and I tell you, because Moynihan's been the workhorse up to this point. I'm not sure, I'm not keeping track, but Kate is. Probably got 15 carries already.
And last week, he was the only running back coming out of the backfield, other than the quarterback Nihill, to touch the football.
Moynihan 6 carries, 19 yards so far tonight.
That's it?
Yeah.
3rd down, 4 to go. There's the snap out of the gun. Give it again to Boggs. This time he takes it to the right side of the formation, slips a couple of defenders, found some room, crossed the 30 and dragged down at the Blue Devil 25, and that is enough for a Bomber first down. 6:34 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Leominster's lead is 21-0, and some of those good things we've seen from the defense might have been balanced off a little bit here in this first half of action by losing track of players. You kind of surround them, you seem like you've got them stopped with their forward progress, and all of a sudden they slip out of the what should be a would-be tackle.
And it's interesting, fresh legs come in, and all of a sudden they're opening up holes for him, and he's running over people. So we'll have to see if we stick with him, or you know, if Moynihan makes another appearance here in the first half. Standing over there on the sideline, he looks fine. He doesn't look injured. He's right there waiting to come back in, right behind the coach. 3
receivers wide to the left. Shotgun for Nihill, and it looks like Boggs is with him in the backfield. Nihill, 5-step set. Got plenty of time this time. Uncorks down the left side of the field. Back of the end zone. Basket catch made by Collier, and in the end zone for a Bomber touchdown. Bailey Collier ran underneath it and made the basket catch. 25 yards on the pitch and catch from Nihill to the back of the end zone, finding Collier. What a great play.
And as bad as that first drop looked, that play was just the opposite. Spectacular pitch and catch right there. And Nihill knew right where to throw it, then dropped right down the corner of the end zone, and that's where Collier was waiting for it. Nice over-the-shoulder catch, rolled out of bounds, but completed the process.
2 adjustments right now on behalf of Westfield. Going to the air, aerial attack now, and switching out your running back. We have Boggs right now in Moynihan's stead right now, and effective. First touchdown of the game.
Ian Dixon does the kicking for the Bombers. He marks off his distance to attempt the extra point. Good snap, ball down. Dixon, the one-step kick is up, and it's through. Team's coming back up the field. 5:58 to play in the second quarter with the score. Leominster 21 and Westfield 7. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers over on Leominster TV tonight. Want to thank our Leominster TV sponsors for this season. All this great programming underwritten by the El Camino Restaurant, Troy Hebert Construction, MP Crowley Company Incorporated, Dream Kitchens and Baths, and United Solutions. We thank all of you for supporting LTV's action sports and making this great programming possible. And a great night tonight thus far for Leominster. But you knew, Bill Thomas, they were going to score eventually, and the Bombers are on the board, and there's no reason to think they won't visit there again.
No, and I don't think there was any expectations of a shutout, but I still think Leominster's in control.
Back to historic Doyle Field, short a player, and now they've got 11 out there on special teams. Manny Pena will join the squad on the front line right at midfield, and here comes Dixon on the approach with that kick right to left and end over end, and a flag is out already on the play. Straight up the middle of the field, it's Couch on the carry, crossing the 40, and he is cut out on the return right around the 44-yard line, and a flag is out back at the point of the kick. It was around the 40-yard line. Seems to indicate to me that somebody left that line just a little too early on the kick. Leominster with a great return on the play. My suspicion is they're either going to decline the penalty, or if they can get the enforcement from the spot, they'll take that too. But either way, they've got great field position.
Tack 5 on, I hope here. Get them out to midfield.
That's the option, yeah. And here comes the 5-yard walk-off to midfield. 5:51 to play here in the second quarter. 21-7, Leominster's lead, and their best field position starting a drive tonight, right at midfield off the kickoff. And now the Bombers will grab a timeout, as we said, with 5:51 to play here in the second quarter. 21-7 is Leominster's lead right now. Score updates from around the region. Marlborough is on top of Algonquin at the half, as Marlborough, by the way, continues to go for the record for fastest football games, shortest amount of time spent on a football field all year long. Killing it once again, 49 minutes. They're already at halftime. 7-0, Marlborough on top of Algonquin in their week 2 action out at Kelleher Field tonight.
Defense, defense, defense.
They don't waste any time. I bet you they started 5 minutes early out there.
At least 5 minutes
They
early.
want to get in and get out.
I mean, nothing like that scheduled 6:49 kickoff, you know. Bombers talking this one over here, and you have to imagine, obviously, knowing that their defense has got to make an impressive stand. Starting at midfield, they've been bending. They haven't quite had a chance to go with that all-out rush. The one time they did it, they did stop a back in the backfield, but Coach Palazzi's clearly letting that rush come, and oh, by the way, the running backs just keep running by them.
I mean, that's the key. Keep the rush at bay if you can beat them with quick hitters.
Change in approach here. The chains, by the way, are backwards. They're going from the 40 to the 50. That's not the direction those are supposed to be going.
Do they even notice?
Not a clue. Shotgun spread for Leominster, first time tonight. Couch tipped it out of the hands. There's a loose football, and Couch gets down on it and cue up the whistles and the...
chains are right now.
So let's leave the chains right where they are.
Chains are right now.
No, they don't even know where they're going.
No, they don't have a clue.
Aren't they usually officials or something?
That loss of 10 on the play.
Yeah, he's resetting the, yeah. Yeah. You gotta go down here.
Coach,
you gotta go down.
You were the one. Go back there.
Oh,
make it a 2.
Goodness, they're trying. They're trying. I give them credit.
I give them credit.
There's no doubt about it. But my goodness, 5:25 to play here in the second quarter. It's 21-7.
Loss of 10 on that play, by the way.
Loss of 10 on the play, and you know the motion with Couch going in motion at the snap of the football. He made a touch on that snap as it hung a little bit, and it looked like there was that then botched the timing of the play. It never quite got to core, and that leads to a loss of 10. And right now, let's see if Leominster can make up from what they had was great starting field position. This not bad field position, but now you're going to go 20 yards to the Bomber 40 for a first down.
Right, and you got a couple of downs here to do it, because I don't think they're in 4-down territory, not at this stage of the game. 2nd and 20 from their own 40 for Leominster, going left to right, and here we go, back under center go the Blue Devils. And here's the snap.
And back to pass with some time. That one was deflected on the little screen, throwback to the line. Rodriguez gave up his feet, and the ball landed harmlessly incomplete. By the way, Joe Conlon, the right tackle, Johnny, on the spot. If that had been a backward lateral, he was right there on top of the football. So nice job by Conlon to be heads up on the play.
I mean, I understand running a screenplay, but there was a lot of traffic there. And I think J.C. Core showing a little bit of experience, just kind of lobbing it up there right then. And, you know, got to show a little more indiscretion, but
I also noticed on that play as Leominster takes a timeout. It'll be a full timeout with 4:49 to play here in quarter number 2. I noticed that Zach Calladay was doing the snapping there. He had moved to the center position. Delgado moved to the right guard spot. So perhaps a little movement there to juggle some players around on the field to give them some time. And let's check some scores going on around the region. Halftime score out in Grafton tonight. Shrewsbury's got to be fairly surprised. They're in a battle against Grafton, knotted at 7 at halftime there, and Wachusett running away from Tantascwa 29-0 at halftime in Tantascwa tonight. So there's 3 games at the half, and I think the most surprising one right now, in case Leominster's 21-0 lead with 21 straight points to open the game, wasn't surprising enough. Shrewsbury tied at Grafton 7 apiece. Kate, why don't you just share the score with us?
Score update out of Central, 27-12 Central over St. John's with 7 minutes to go in the half. So I just keep oohing over here. I'm really sorry.
It's all right.
The Twitter feed just keeps coming up. I'm like, ooh, ouch. We're in full stereo.
Indeed. 3rd down, 20 to go. Ball will be snapped from the 40-yard line, middle of the field. Cora is going to walk to the line. 2 backs split behind him. Marchand is the left back. He'll be the down fullback. Couch the right back, and he's hands on knees to the right side of the formation. 3 receivers out in the formation.
3rd down and 20.
Yeah,
Sorry.
2 of them lined up to the left on 3rd and 20. Back to pass. Little floater. Nice catch made. Rodriguez loses a defender. Another one got back into the play, crossing the 30 and down around the 27-yard line. Rodriguez shaking his head, but he's got to be pleased. And perfect touch on that play from J.C. Cora to loft it in there. Gain of 33 on that pitch and catch.
And I'm going to give the coach credit there. Excellent read on that one-on-one coverage. They just lofted it right over the defender and hit the receiver at full speed there. Great recognition and nice job by Cora laying it right where it needed to be.
Getting reprimanded, William.
There was no reprimand. Trying to make your job easier. Clock winding, under 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half. 1st down and 10 to go. Blue Devils, they find themselves at the Bomber 32 under center. Core with that 2-back set behind him. He got it to Marchand. Marchand ducks forward, cross the 25, down around the 24, gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 to go.
Nice job by Marchand. Just burying his head, keeping the defense honest there. And, you know, you got to get those 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It's not all, you know, sunshine and roses on every play. Somebody's got to do that dirty work.
They actually gave him a couple more yards there than I thought, at least if you were to manage the down box there. It looks like they gave him a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
I'm going to give him a long 4.
Todd, I heard they asked you to be on the chain gang tonight. You
that
declined.
beautiful new scoreboard
it is
we have up
something
here. I love
that
it.
we were thinking about there, Kate. We may just call a game from down on the field at some point
we might.
in the weeks to come.
I'm in.
Stay tuned for that.
Them belt packs, and we can go anywhere
and we're on a roll.
John, you listening?
Bradley is just whacking his head up against the brick wall behind me. Here's the snap, and the give was to Marchand. Marchand eludes a defender. Nice job slipping a tackle there. He limboed underneath there, 79 on that play. Jeremiah Masso, the sophomore, not a small guy in his own right, and somehow Marchand managed to dip, roll, and find a way to some open yardage.
Yeah, I'm not sure he could get his arms all the way around him there, but yeah, Marchand doing a good job gaining positive yardage, turning this into a 3rd and short.
And here we go, 3rd down and about, looks like 3 to go. Ball at the Bomber 20-yard line. Need to move the ball to the Bomber 17 for a 1st down, does Leominster. Goes to that standard swept back eye. Marchand, the down back, Couch dots. The give for Couch. Couch saw a hole he wanted on the right side of the formation, and forward he went, battling his way to about the 16-yard line, and that should be enough for a Leominster 1st down.
That's all on Couch right there. Good 2nd effort, 3rd effort, actually. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage, but kept fighting forward. Got those 3 yards plus.
2:47 to play here in quarter number 2. 21-7 Leominster's lead as we wind down toward 2.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Coming up at the half, we've got an update with other scores going on around the region tonight. Kate's got your first half stat recap, plus we preview second half action here from historic Doyle Field. For those of you joining us over on Leominster TV, a performance from the Leominster High School Marching Band for your entertainment as well. So lots of great things coming up at the half here on the K-Zone. Out of the I formation, Cora the snap, rolls to his left, little shot put throw, finds Marchand underneath, and that fullback cut, and he's got himself a first down around the 5-yard line, but the back judge launches a flag into the middle of the play right around the 5-yard line.
I don't get that. Launching the flag 20 yards with a 5-pound weight on it. I mean, nothing good comes out of that.
He's trying to get
mark
the spot, and the signal is blocking the back against Leominster or illegal contact, either or. Nonetheless, that nice play underneath for Leominster will go, but that's a play we've seen in years past out of that I formation. Shades of Anthony Dandini with Marchand running it. Forward you go, about 5 yards. They tell you to take a left or a right, hit him with a little pass underneath, and there's Cora again, throwing on the run where he's most comfortable.
Yeah, get him out of the pocket and let him allow him to see the field, and it's where he performs much better.
So they'll replay first down after the penalty is enforced. It'll be a 1st and 11 as we wind under 2 minutes to play here in quarter 2. I backfield, Marchand, Couch dotting, a receiver on either side of the formation. Gabe Elias is the receiver wide to the right. The snap, and now whistles kill the play. And Coach Palazzi is incensed over on the near sideline. Something was not lined up the way he wanted it, and now he's going to call the team over to the sideline. He'll take a full timeout to get things sorted out.
Good timeout here, though. You don't want to waste a play this deep in territory here as time's winding down. They've done a great job taking this ball, what was about the 6-minute mark, and controlling the last half of this second quarter, especially after Westfield just scored. 3 and out would have been bad, and if Westfield had come right back down, would have changed the whole tone of the game. A great job by the Blue Devils controlling the second quarter here as the half winds down.
Join us Monday nights for the weekly Coach's Corner on Leominster TV. Myself and Leominster High School head coach Dave Palazzi with you every Monday night live at 6 o'clock on Comcast, Verizon, and Facebook Live. It's the weekly Coach's Corner with Leominster High School head coach and athletic director Dave Palazzi over on Leominster TV. First down and 11 to go. Clock stop coming out of the timeout, 1:46 to play here in the first half. 21-7. Leominster's lead here from historic Doyle Field tonight, alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins. Todd Robbins here. Sean Sweeney from the Sentinel and Enterprise joining us here as well tonight, as Press Row is bustling on this week 2 of action opening night at Doyle Field for the 2018 season. The sweep pitch comes to the sideline, and on that right edge, it was Couch to the edge. He finds some room across the 15 and angled out of bounds, well, they say just before the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Good job by Couch. I don't know how he made the edge there. There was a picket fence of Westfield players there. Somehow he still managed to beat the guy in the end around the corner and pick up a couple of yards.
Coach Palazzi sends the play in with J.C. Cora, and then he looks back, and now he approaches his huddle. 21-7. Leominster's lead right now. Clock stopped. 1 minute 40 seconds to play until halftime. They walk to the line. Cora scans some more. I backfield sets up behind him. Marchand and then Couch. Gabe Elias, the receiver, wide to the left. Brian Rodriguez short to the right. Cora looks back toward Coach Palazzi at the sideline. Now he's going to snap. 3-step set. Floats to the corner. Rodriguez got some separation, and he's in the end zone for a Leominster touchdown. Through a double team, Rodriguez threw a little jab step last second to create the separation with the Bomber defense. Got himself enough room to make the catch in the end zone.
It almost looked like they had the play called. He looked over at the coach nodded, and they ran the play successfully.
15 yards, pitch and catch. Cora to Rodriguez, and it's the touch. The touch is what has impressed me tonight with J.C. Cora. He just seems to have the right touch for what the yardage is that pass play needs to go. Gets some congratulations over on the sideline from the coaching staff. Gabe Elias will hold for Pablo Rodriguez. Snap ball down. Rodriguez, little low liner, and it got enough, and it's through. Team's coming back up the field. 1:35 to play here in quarter 2. It's Leominster 28 and Westfield 7. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers over on Leominster TV tonight. And Kate, you've got the Leominster scoring drive.
I certainly do. All right. No, apparently I don't.
It's there somewhere.
What in the heck?
Pitch and catch of 15 yards.
For a touchdown. I got that.
To Rodriguez.
All right, 9 plays, 50 yards, 4.5 minutes of game clock.
It happens sometimes. Technology is only as good as the
day.
operator or the people who are programming it. to historic Doyle Field tonight alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins.
Certainly not. I'm not in mid-season form.
Was it something you wanted to add, Todd? About
I'm all set, Bill Thomas. I got away with it. I got away with it once. End over end goes the kick. It will be returned by Moynihan. No check. Make that Collier from his own 5-yard line. Still on his feet, crossing the 25. Now reversing field.
Wow.
Leominster seemed to stop moving on the play. Collier's got the outside. He's got midfield. Now he runs away from the kicker. The safety valve. He ran away from him. It's a rush to the end zone. Garcia, desperation dive. He won't get him. Collier's in the end zone. Bailey, Collier, 95 yards to pay dirt.
How does he not get tackled over there in that scrum? I have no idea, but he bounced out, and like you say, it looked like the Blue Devils kind of circled around him and stopped after he was wrapped up. And he bounced out and beat everybody around to our side here and down the sideline, 95 yards.
Wow.
That's an answer.
Change the complexion of that last scoring drive for Leominster substantially. If Dixon can post the extra point, cut that lead in half for the first time tonight. Minute 14 to play, and Coach Palazzi's made his way back toward midfield. He doesn't want to talk to anybody at the moment. I think he's gathering his thoughts. Dixon will mark off his distance. Snap was bobbled. Dixon has to play it flat-footed, and he got it up and good. No.
Went
they
wide.
say he pulled it. Wow. It looks really good for a botched snap and having to stop and then get the kick up, but unfortunately just pulled it wide. So they can't half the lead. 1:14 to play here in the second quarter. It's 28-13. Leominster's lead continues. We break. We're back with more. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers here on Leominster TV tonight. A young crowd out here in front of us on the home side, and instead of watching the football game, they're playing Madden. Now, if that isn't a millennial sign, I don't know what it is. There's a fantastic football game occurring directly in front of you. I deal with this every day.
I saw that about 5 minutes
At least it's not
ago.
Fortnite. I mean, the only good news is it's not Fortnite. It's a football game at a football game. That's not half bad.
Yeah, well, at least he's
public shaming. I mean, if you're going to do it.
Sometimes reality is just too much to handle.
Do we have to take the cell phones away here, too? We'll put up the shoe pockets. they can't have them.
Well, we're watching a good game.
Back to historic Doyle
That's
Field
for sure.
tonight here on the K-Zone alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins. Todd Robbins here for WPKZ tonight. Squib kick straight up, fielded at the 21. Brian Rodriguez will scoop and start his approach. He's got 30, 35, steps over a defender at the 40, 45, and the defense hops on and drives him down. But a great return by Brian Rodriguez to the Leominster 47-yard line.
Nice job by Rodriguez picking up that ground ball, and those aren't that easy to handle. Those are the kind of get through your legs and turn a different direction. Ended up turning into a nice 30-yard pickup there off the kickoff.
You know, we were joking about Marlborough having the fastest running games going. Leominster killing the national average here, slowing down. This last 2 minutes has felt like a basketball game, fouling to extend the half. 1:06 to play here in the second quarter. 28-13 Leominster's lead, and they get a shot to tack another one on, plus get the ball back on the kickoff to begin the second half. So a chance for a two-possession back-to-back here as they head toward halftime and begin the second half.
As long as you didn't just jinx him.
Indeed. Here we go. First down and 10 to go from the 47. Low snap, fielded. They got the handoff into the hands of Couch. Defense was there. Timing seemed a little slow and pushed everything back across the 45 to the 43-yard line. Loss of about 5 on the play. 2nd and 15.
Timing just a little slow. Got to work on that shotgun snap. I think it's throwing things off by half a second, which just
and people
throws
don't
everything out
appreciate
of
that,
sync.
that
And that
center
is
to quarterback
that's
exchange.
a difficult thing. It's a very difficult thing, and they just got to refine that a little more. And I want to see JC get back up at the center.
The balance of putting a little zip on that shotgun snap versus floating it a little bit and getting it to your target in the midsection. It's a balance.
And changing centers mid-game.
Yes, indeed. Here we go. 3 receivers out in the formation, out of gun. High snap, tip. Cora's got it. Defense is there. This play's going nowhere but the wrong way. Down it goes. Big sack on the play. Coach Palazzi incensed again on the sideline as this play, point of farthest progress forward as it went backward, was the 33-yard line. And this drive is going to end the half going in the wrong direction. Well, 28-13 as Leominster's seemingly exciting 21 straight points in the first half unanswered in the first quarter was then matched in the second quarter for a 21-7 score. Leominster adds a touchdown to make it 28-7, and then back comes Westfield to post 6 points, not get the extra point, and then the wind kind of went out of the sails, and this goes to the half kind of like, yuck.
A little bit of momentum swing there, but I'm kind of surprised Westfield didn't, I don't know what they had for timeouts, if they, decided they're going to just take what they got right now, but Leominster is showing a nice, strong 15-point lead here, and I'm pleasantly surprised. No matter how that half ended, not really on a high note, but I think overall you got to look at the body of work in the first half, and I'd have to grade it about a B, a good success. Would have given an A if they could have had a little more ball control there at the end, but I'm going to say this softly. I don't want to see JC in the shutdown. Okay, I'm not going to say it anymore.
It doesn't seem like it's working at the moment. We'll see how it goes.
And I know the coach sees that.
Second half of action. Coming up here at the half on the K-Zone, Kate's got a complete stat recap of half number 1. We will take a look at scores from around the region and preview second half action. If you're joining us over on Leominster TV, you've got a performance by the Leominster High School Marching Band coming your way
excited. It's
at
my
the half
favorite.
as well. So all that coming up here from historic Doyle Field, where the halftime score is Leominster 28 and Westfield 13. A break and we're back with more. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. of Westfield. And Kate, it's time now for our first half recap, and it's brought to you by Techner Apex. At Techner Apex, explore the worlds of plastics through their unbridled passion for technology combined with a customer-centric approach. Techner Apex delivers your customized solutions no matter how specific your need online at technerapex.com. Techner Apex has our first half recap, Kate.
All right, right now, obviously, the biggest recap is on the scoreboard. Leominster right now, 28-13. Leominster over Westfield in the first half, which is a lot more scoring than we've been used to in the last few years from Leominster. So things are looking in the right direction there. Let's look at team totals first. The Blue Devils had 10 first downs in the first half of play. They were 3 for 3 on third down efficiency. They had 20 rushes for 167 yards. They averaged 8.4 yards per carry. 4 passing attempts covering 49 yards. They averaged 16.3 yards per catch. They were targeted 4 times. They were 3 of 4. So a total of 216 yards of total offense for the Blue Devils, covering 11 minutes and 41 seconds of game clock. If we take a look at the Westfield Bombers, team totals first: 4 first downs for the Bombers in the first half of play, 2 of 5 on third down, so that's 40%. 10 rushes covering 67 yards, averaging 6.7 yards per carry for the Bombers offense. 4 of 8 was the passing, 50% completion for 37 total yards in the air, averaged 9.3 yards per reception for a total of 104 yards of offense for the Bombers of Westfield. Time of possession, 10 minutes and 19 seconds. Individual statistics first, let's take a look at the Bombers. The quarterback, number 11, Michael Nihill, had 2 rushes for 28 yards, no touchdowns. Running back, Dakota Moynihan, 6 touches for 19 yards. Running back, Adam Boggs, 2 rushes for 20 yards. Passing on the night so far, Nihill 4 of 8 for 37 yards. He was sacked 1 time, and he did have 1 touchdown. Passing and receiving, here we go. Receptions, Dakota Moynihan targeted twice, 2 receptions for 7 yards. And Bailey Collier targeted twice, 1 reception for 25 yards, and it was for the touchdown. On the Leominster side of the ball, rushing statistics first individually. Adam Couch had 9 rushes for 95 yards. He's averaging 10.6 yards per carry. His long in the first half, 38 yards. He has 1 rushing touchdown. Connor Marchand, 6 touches for 48 yards. He's averaging 8 yards per carry. His long was for 29 yards. Your quarterback, J.C. Cora, scrambled 4 times for 5 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. And Justice Reynolds rounds out the rushing attack for the first half for the Blue Devils. 1 rush for 19 yards, and it was also for a touchdown. If we take a look at J.C. Cora's passing, 3 of 4 in the first half for 49 yards and 1 passing touchdown, and it was to, let's see. I don't even have a player. How did I do that?
What was that?
Holy moly! Now I know what the snafu was. Who did Cora target in the end zone? Was that Rodriguez?
Right here, right before the half?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Brian Rodriguez.
That's what it was operator error then. It was me.
These things happen. Don't worry about it.
It was me.
Relax.
All right.
I thought it was power school. I mean, it's kind of been going that way in my life right now.
Just funny.
What are you taking credit for over there?
The operator error.
No, never take credit for something like that.
How often do I say I'm wrong?
It was a technical glitch.
No, it was operator error, but it's
It could
fine.
be in your brain.
It's all good in the hood.
Oh, my.
Deny.
And Techner Apex brings us
Billy's gonna get Billy. You're gonna get in trouble. Todd's gonna say, "Don't teach her these things."
She knows enough. She don't need any help. All right, let's take a look at our halftime scoreboard. It's brought to you by Happy Jack's. Happy Jack's Restaurant, 785 North Main Street in Leominster. All the spices of the Southwest blended with the flavors of the Gulf Coast, served in a festive island setting. Happy Jack's is more than a restaurant. It's an attitude wrapped in a fiesta. Check them out on the web at happyjacksrestaurant.com. Our Happy Jack's Restaurant halftime scoreboard. Try the quesadillas, by the way, over in
By the way, Billy, every single time I hear the Happy Jack's read, I want to look at Todd and go, "I'll give you an attitude wrapped in a fiesta."
I like it.
Marriage at its finest. Here we go. Week 2 scoreboard.
I just feel so sassy when he does that read. I just want to go right back at him.
All right, halftime scoreboard.
Sorry.
Fitchburg on top of Shepherd Hill, 25-14 at the half. That's the Red Raiders on top of the Rams by a 25-14 halftime score. Springfield Central leads St. John's 27-12, heading toward the half there. Marlboro on top of Algonquin as we move into the third quarter. Marlboro's added to their lead. It's 14-0. Wachusett 29-0 over Tantascwa at the half. Grafton and Shrewsbury knotted at 7 at the half.
That
and
was
now
me
Kate
telling
says,
you score update.
Yes, we have a score update.
14-7. Shrewsbury back on top in the third quarter.
Shrewsbury has posted a score. It is 14-7 as they go into the third quarter. St. Bernard's is running away from Monty Tech over at the Bernardian Bowl tonight. It's 28-0 at the half. Neshoba's on top of Westboro, 21-0 at the half. Air Shirley out in front of Southbridge, 20-0 at the half. Assabet Valley a 28-0 lead over David Prouty. Murdoch 16-0 on top of the Polar Bears of Worcester North. Narragansett a 6-0 lead over Quabog, and Nipmuc leads Dover Sherborne 21-0 in the third quarter of action. Games on the Saturday slate. Doherty travels to Holy Name, Uxbridge at St. Peter Marion, Groton Dunstable's at North Middlesex, and West Boylston is at Leicester. Note this: 27-12. Springfield Central on top of St. John's as they go to the half out there in Western Mass tonight. And Bill Thomas said it. I'll reiterate it. When was the last time St. John's was 0-2?
That's number one. And number two, Billy, would you believe me if I said 2 minutes ago they already posted Marlboro heading into the fourth quarter?
I believe it.
Wow.
They don't waste any time. I'm wondering the clock operator gets paid extra money for, like,
goodness.
You know how we see that in basketball once in a while, a little
absolutely.
slow with the button?
Fastest moving game.
Well, Kyle's on top of things over there at Kelleher Field.
Wow. No doubt about it. It's time now for our peak performance of the first half, and it's driven by North End Subaru, a proud member of the Colonial Automotive Group located on Route 13. That's 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg. Online at northendsubaru.com. Our North End Subaru peak performance of the first half nominations are open.
Want me to go first?
Go for it.
I mean, I wasn't really listening to all the stats, but I like the way J.C. Cora is maturing in front of our eyes. Coach puts him in positions to be successful, and he's taking advantage of that.
Yep.
I just hope the coach does more of that going forward, puts him in, not throw the whole playbook at him. And we've seen where he's successful, and I want to see more of that. J.C. Cora, my first half performer.
Bill Thomas says peak performer in the first half, J.C. Cora. Kate, do you concur, or do you have another nomination?
No, I'll go with that. I have been really enjoying the D.
Yeah, I do too. I like the group thing, the D. I mean, we could give it to the, you want to break it down. The linebackers are doing a great job. The two running backs are doing a fantastic job. Couch and Martian just complement each other. But it's really flowing through J.C. Cora tonight.
Indeed it is.
The passing game, too. A couple of nice
Billy,
hits.
you can't name everybody.
No, but I'm sticking with J.C. Cora. But the other guys are getting honorable mention.
Deft touch, which is what I appreciate. That J.C. Cora passing game right now, deft touch for a kid that, we've been advertising the legs, that he's a running quarterback. He's got the right touch on the football, and that
and
is
he's only a sophomore. Let's not forget that.
Halftime score from historic Doyle Field. Leominster 28 and Westfield 13. A quick break. We'll be back with our mid-game adjustments. It's the Hometown Bank Halftime Show here on the K-Zone. It's Leominster High School football on the K-Zone. WPKZ. The halftime show continues here, brought to you by Hometown Bank. 28-13, Leominster on top of Westfield here in Week 2 action, opening the home slate, and it will be interesting to see how this second half goes. Leominster runs out to a 21-0 lead in the first quarter, adds another touchdown in the second quarter to make it 28, but Westfield coming on strong late in that second quarter, hangs 13 themselves, had a chance to half the lead, missed an extra point in that process as well, and a bad snap and a bad follow-up. So 28-13 the score, Leominster on top of Westfield, and it's time now for our mid-game adjustments. It's time now for us to survey the field with our mid-game adjustments, as they're brought to you by Whitman and Bingham Associates. Civil engineering, land surveying, and environmental planning at its finest. Services for residential, commercial, and industrial projects. Offices in Leominster and Chelmsford. Learn more online at whitmanbingham.com. Experience is in the name. Whitman and Bingham Associates. Our Whitman and Bingham Associates mid-game adjustments. Bill Thomas, as you come into this second half, and if you're Leominster, more of the same recipe would be good from, say, the first quarter. Second quarter, especially tail end, you'd like to delete that. Sorry, Bill Thomas.
That's all right.
We're going to get it right.
Throat.
Go ahead.
I couldn't agree more, once again. I know I've already said that once tonight, but you're very insightful, Todd.
I do at least try.
I'll give you a lot of credit for that. I'm not really sure where the adjustments could come from. I really think that Leominster needs to continue doing what they're having success with and concentrate on that, which means let's just run the ball.
Yes, and I think simply put, that would be a good thing. See you.
What are you seeing, Kate, here at a halftime?
Mid-game adjustment, Kate Robbins.
Mid-game adjustment, I'm agreeing with Billy. I kind of want to see JC under center a little bit more. That center to quarterback exchange from the gun or from the pistol. Still kind of eluding Leominster, but we have some personnel adjustments in at tail end of week 1 going into week 2, so that's one item. Go ahead.
One thing I did notice, and right here we see it's Calladay working with JC Core. When they mishandled that snap to end the first half, Calladay was wearing a glove.
Yes.
He immediately ripped the glove off and threw it on the ground. And now he's out here without the glove. So I think they're trying to improve the exchange, and they're working on it. And if that's what it's going to take, then that's what it's going to take. But I did notice that adjustment that he made.
Second half about to get underway. Dixon with an onside kick to start the second half. It was bobbled. It bounced back toward the Bombers. There was a battle. It was touched by Leominster, and it's Bombers football. What a way to start the second half. Dixon came out on a straight-ahead approach, suddenly went 90 degrees with the kick down the line. The question is, did it travel the 10 yards before the contact was made? I believe it did. Off of a Leominster deflection, ball back to Westfield. It bounced the right way, and oh my, the Bombers have themselves the football.
Yeah, and I don't think it has to go 10 if the defense or the offense comes up and attacks it. If they stay behind the 10.
If you look at the spot right there, it's just shy of those 10 yards.
Yes.
So
and
I think you're right.
Clearly bounced out of a Leominster player's hands first before any of the Westfield players got to it. So no matter how far it traveled, all bets are off once Leominster goes for it.
And who pulled the double? Westfield pulled the double. They have got both kickoffs to start halves. Handoff is from Moynihan. Moynihan with some room, slips to a defender, and goodbye Moynihan. Can Felipe Garcia get there? No. Arm tackle, no. Brian Rodriguez out. Flag is out at the 25-yard line, and right now Moynihan is celebrating. He's in the end zone, but I believe we're going to have an illegal block coming up here, and for Leominster, that's a big save.
Absolutely, but Billy, did we not say it before the half? Todd talking about Leominster potentially scoring before the end of the half, and then getting the ball to start the second half. We said, don't jinx Leominster, Todd.
My job is to tell the story.
Jinx them.
I told the story.
Let's see what we got here now. Players are coming back
the way you wanted it. Illegal block signaled against the Bombers, so take that score down off the board. And so they'll penalize from the spot.
I'm not sure they were going to put him in the end zone. It looked like that it marked it about the 2, although he did dive for the pylon, but it doesn't really matter at this point because it's coming back and back.
So they achieved the first down. They marked the penalty from the 20-yard line and then walked it back 10 yards to the 31-yard line of the Blue Devils.
Still technically a pickup of 19 on that last play.
Indeed, even after the penalty enforcement, 15 seconds into this second half. 13, Westfield with the football, and Leominster knocked back on their heels, saved only by an illegal block. First down and 10 to go. Mike Nihill and crew is out in a shotgun, trips to the right of the formation. Here's the snap. Give it to Moynihan. Moynihan cuts back against the grain, finds the A gap, still on his feet, hit a second time, now a third, and Leominster is going to have to wrap and tackle better than that because that's not getting it done. Gain of 4, maybe 5 on the play. It'll be second down and 5.
He's a player you can't just bull over. You got to wrap him up, go low, and drag him down. Looked like, but they had a nice design play there, and I see Sean pointing something out. Looked like the center pulled on that. It was the lead blocker. I mean, that is tough for a high school center to be that agile and that quick.
Sean Sweeney pointed out Joe Rocco, the left guard, also out in the blocking formation as well.
We saw them pulling out there and leading it over here to the right side, just overmatching the Blue Devils on the matchups there.
They give him a gain of 6, second down and 4 to go. Ball at the 25-yard line, center of the field. Shotgun set, 2 offset in the backfield with him. Here's the handoff. It was once again Moynihan, and Moynihan forward just inside the right tackle. Across the 25 and down around the 21-yard line. Looks like it'll be right about the mark for a first down. Referees are going to have to look at it.
Get our first measurement tonight? No,
and they say no, just short, so third down and short. 28-13 Leominster's lead, 9.5 to play here in the third quarter, and what a way this second half of action has started, Kate.
Now, do you find it kind of odd that they've gone back to Moynihan when they were so successful, where the Bombers of Westfield going into the half?
I do.
Now Moynihan picking up some quality yardage here, and he had a touchdown not a moment ago, but taken back on the penalty.
Third and short, full house backfield. Niall under center. He got the snap and the handoff. The Leominster defense was there. Zach Calladay was first on the spot, finished off with some help. I see Miles Bowers in there and a handful of others. J.C. Cora may have blitzed into the center of that formation as well and knocked that one back on third down and short. It'll be a fourth down and 4 to go.
Definitely Calladay leading the charge there on that and knocked them back 3 yards. And I'm going to say this is the biggest play of the game up to this point. First fourth down play of the game.
And you can just see in Calladay's posture, like Todd said, the intensity.
Yes.
He is out there and he is deigning you to make a play.
And I think he's feeding off maybe his mistakes from the first half, and he's trying to prove a point, I think, and he's playing with some extra enthusiasm right now.
3 receivers set, 2 to the right of the formation. Nihill looks to get some information from the sideline and Coach Parent. Now he takes the shotgun snap. Got some time, looks out underneath, and the pass is picked off. Stepping into the lane, it's Felipe Garcia. He sheds the wide receiver, and Garcia with more run back to the 49-yard line, and he's out of bounds. Coach Palazzi said he needed something from the defense. The Bombers tied up, the coaching staff in there, a little battle on the sideline. Nice job by the officials to quell that one.
Not only
the
officials,
up with a receiver in there.
But Nihill was in the Leominster bench here, and his running back Moynihan came over and dragged him out. He might have saved him right there because it was on the verge of a confrontation over here on the Leominster sideline. But a great play there by who was that? Felipe Garcia. Read that all the way, stepped in front of that out, and he wasn't fooled at all. He was Johnny on the spot.
A 30-yard return on the interception to midfield, and Coach Palazzi was saying, we need a scoop and score. We need an interception. We need something from the defense. He got it here.
Got it there. Most certainly did. Let's see if they can turn it into some momentum at the very least.
First down and 10 to go for Leominster. They got the ball back after a disastrous start to the third quarter. Here's the handoff for Marchand. Marchand bounces off an initial hit and drags 3 defenders with him. Gain of 5 on the play to the Bomber 45-yard line.
You know, you talked about Shades of Dandini and the success that he had as a running back and as a fullback. And, you know, I'm telling you, Connor Marchand, he doesn't stop. He's got some fight in his legs, and he steps on people, over people, or he goes through people. And that's what we saw with Dandini, and this is like a reincarnation right here, and he's so much fun to watch that style.
Nice to see these seniors going to that next level, bringing it up just another notch.
Split backfield behind Cora. 2 receivers out on the formation of the right on 2nd and 5. Snap. Give it to Couch this time, and Couch goes forward across the 40, and he's down at the 39-yard line, and that's a Leominster first down on a gain of 6.
And that's what they need. Let's keep the ball on the ground, keep the clock moving. Nice two-handed run there, a safe run, and a first down run.
Second half kickoff brought to you by Fidelity Bank of Leominster. The idea that businesses do well creates a brighter today and tomorrow for everyone involved. It's a win-win-win. Now, who doesn't like that? Your Fidelity Bank, helping you get where you want to be with heart. First down and 10 to go for the Blue Devils, showing a lot of heart. At the Bomber 39-yard line, going right to left. On the snap, Couch got it in the back pocket of Marchand. Marchand was already battling defenders when somehow Cora found a way to get the ball into his midsection, and forward he went across the 39 to about the 37. 37-yard line. About as late a handoff as I've ever seen.
It almost looked like he was going to hand that to a defender, but Corey did a good job getting it in there, getting his hands out of the way, and letting Marchand pick up a few yards.
6:45 and counting here in the third quarter. 28-13, Leominster's lead, and they've got control of the football right now. They gave him a gain of 1 on the play. Make it 2nd down and 9 to go.
Do you know what the 50-50 number was?
No, I don't.
And you think it's easy here. 2nd down and 9 to go. If anybody
week.
At home has written down the 50-50 draw, they're looking for it. Flag is out from the back judge, and I believe that's going to be a delay of game, and it is. Leominster took too long getting that play in. Hey, Bill Thomas, have you heard
Did I miss anything?
Number?
No, but I didn't see him selling 50. Were they selling 50-50?
They were,
always
and
do.
I
Were they
in the
think
bucket,
it was a
or they
fundraiser for Mary Beth Rowe as well.
Yeah.
I didn't see him
Now,
come up
mind
through
you,
the
I
stands there.
understand the home sideline and the home boxes
I
is
know.
likely the place to go. They always come to us.
Yeah, and they do it on the other side where they have the
Dick
PA.
Tucker and his staff over on the visitors side always have your 50-50 raffle number. Those are the people
When in doubt.
to go see.
I wish I had directed that young lady over there. I didn't think of it.
I'm sure she'll find her way. The mean man in the box didn't tell me what the number was. He's keeping it for himself. 2nd down.
It's a ploy.
And 14 to go. 2 back set behind Cora, 2 receivers short left.
Billy doesn't have a
Snap.
mean bone in his
Cora,
body.
5 steps, has to roll.
Oh, boy.
Defense is there, and down they go. Big sack on the play. 55 was Riley Coughlin in there, and he just squared up Cora, and down he went. Seemed to jump the snap count there, did the defense, and there he was.
And Cora's got to learn, when you roll out, you don't stop.
Yes.
And he stopped, he got squared up.
Said, how do you do?
Lucky he didn't fumble coming from the blind side, too, the way he was rolling out there as soon as he turned.
This looks a lot like the first quarter of action. We said channel the first quarter. So if Leominster was to do that after a large loss on the play, it ends with a score. I've seen that before. Ball's back across the midfield line to the 49-yard line at left hash of the Blue Devils. 5:10 to play here in the third. 28-13 is Leominster's lead with a 3rd down and a country mile to go. Under center goes Cora, 2-back split behind him, 2 receivers open to the right. Cora calling signals the snap. He went to hand the ball off. There was nobody there. Everybody pulled to the left, and down goes Cora. It's a sack in the backfield on a busted play, and here comes Collingwood, Mason Collingwood, with that round of applause for his defensive teammates, and here comes the Bombers. They're jacked up.
Well, we'll have to see here once they get the ball back. They were moving smartly down the field till that untimely 4th down interception. I think the Blue Devils are in good spot here. I want to see a good punt, obviously. First punt of the night for the Blue Devils.
Yes, indeed. Connor Marchand stands at his own 37-yard line to receive the snap. It's a good one. Get a good block, and he gets a nice punt away. End over end, it will hop at about the 19-yard line. Fielded on about a 10 hop, and here come the Bombers. Play caught up and finally taken down. Looked like Collingwood on the return on that one.
Collier,
excuse me, on the return. Takes it to the 24-yard line, and that's where they will have the football. 1st down and 10, their own 24 for the Bombers. So each team's had a touch here in the second half, and probably neither possession went the way they were hoping. So reset, and here we go. 4:09 to play in the third. 28-13 is Leominster's lead right now, and let's see if the defense can get themselves settled out. Meanwhile, over on the sideline here, I see what looks like Zach Del Judas stretching out a hamstring over on the near sideline.
Seen a number of players over here getting stretched out, especially towards the end of the first half. It's going to be a defining drive right here for the defense. The momentum switch on the onside kick. This is straight up ball exchange here. This is where they got to dig in.
So here comes Niall, shotgun set, running back with him is Moynihan, and there's the snap. Give it to Moynihan. Moynihan battles back to the line at the 25-yard line. Should be no gain on the play. Call it 2nd down and 10.
Nice job by a defense there. Got in the backfield. That play was very slow developing. Never had a chance for Moynihan to get up to speed there and find his hole. Good job. The defense swarmed to him as he approached the line of scrimmage.
Winding down toward 3.5 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. Walking to the line come the Bombers. Nihill in the backfield. He's joined there by Moynihan. 4 receivers split out in the formation. A pair to either side. Ball spot center of the field, 25-yard line. Here's the snap. Nihil back to pass. Defense was all cut out, but Nihil had nowhere to go. He's in the grasp, throws downfield, and it's through the hands of the receiver, and there was a defender there as well. Felipe Garcia was the defender in the neighborhood, and the intended receiver was Christian Nalpinski.
Good job by the defense, though, putting pressure on Nihil, not letting him set up and look downfield. You know, they've kind of ran that outplay a couple of times. Defense smelled a little bit, but I'd give a lot of credit to the pass rush there. Just kind of blew that play up in the backfield.
The bells are out here at Doyle Field. Leominster's defense looking for a third down stop. 3rd down and 9 to go. Ball at the Bomber 26-yard line, coming left to right. Nihil sends his line to their formation. He's got Moynihan in the backfield to his left, and trips set up to the left of the formation. A single receiver is now Pinsky wide to the right. Nihil asks for the ball. Hard boot toward those trips on the left. Nihil squares his shoulders, lobs downfield, passes complete, tiptoeing the sideline, and inbounds. Nice catch made there. Over on the sideline, that's Bailey Collier. The slot receiver did a good job, set his distance, dig a toe in, and lean out and make that catch. Great play.
Dig a toe in somehow. He looked like he was 5 yards into the bench over there, but good job to maintain his composure there and keep his feet down.
28-13, Leominster's score. Reset of the sticks for the Bombers. They've got first down yardage at their own 45 at left hash. Trip set up to the right of the formation this time. Moynihan is the running back in the backfield for Nihil. Nihil scans and asks for the football. Give it this time to Moynihan. He goes away from that blocking scheme to the left side of the formation, steps across midfield, dragged down at the 47-yard line, and there goes Riley Coughlin out of that play. It looks like he might have gotten steamrolled by a defender, and Coughlin, maybe a cramp, potentially got pushed back kind of the wrong way.
His
and
shoulder.
Yeah, he got up real slow here. I'm not sure who put him on the ground, but somebody put him on the ground, and he got up wobbly. Could be a cramp. Looks like he's being worked on for a cramp. Hopefully that's all it is.
Play made it to the Blue Devil 48-yard line, so the Bombers heading in the right direction. They've got 2nd down and 3 to go. The Leominster 48 at left hash. Trip set up to the left of the formation. Single back in the backfield is Moynihan. Nihil's going to ask for the football. Fake the handoff, and Nihil's going to keep it himself. Speed sweep. He gets first down yardage across the 45, and baseball slides his way into the 43-yard line, and that's enough for a first down.
You don't see that often at the high school level.
Smart.
A little preservation, yeah. And
Self-preservation.
He was about to get steamrolled by about 4 Blue Devils there, too, so he knew right where he had to go.
Common sense says, what good does taking a hit do for you there?
Right.
If you take the hit,
one-on-one,
you just take abuse.
try to run somebody over.
Got first down yardage, slide, play over, reset, the next call.
You're looking at a picket fence there. There's no sense trying to fight that.
First down and 10 to go now for the Bombers at the Leominster 43-yard line at right hash. Moynihan to the left of Nihil in the backfield. 4 receivers out, 2 to the wide side, 2 to the short side. Under 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Nihil's stop. 5 steps, then steps up in the pocket, avoids a defender, now he tucks, eluding some defenders and carrying the ball like a loaf of bread. Out to the left side he goes, across the 40, and angled out of bounds at the 35. He got popped late. Play is out of bounds at the Blue Devil 35-yard line, and no flag came on that. It looked like Nihil was giving up his body as he headed toward the sideline there, and Bill Thomas, your was right. It looked like that hit might have been late.
But once again, we're good 50, 60 yards away. It might not have been that far late, that far out of bounds, but just didn't look good. But Blue Devils got away with one there.
28-13, Leominster's lead. Defense has been mastering that bend, don't break all year long. Wants to continue that tonight. Felipe Garcia out of this play, and he's over on the near side bench, also stretching out a cramp. 2nd down and 2 to go. Ball at the Leominster 35 at left hash. They need the Leominster 33 for a first down. Here's the snap. Give it to Moynihan. Moynihan takes it off left side of the formation. He's got some room. He crosses the 30 to about the 29, and that should be enough for a Bomber first down, and it is.
Moynihan doing a good job of slicing his way through the left side of the Blue Devils defense, getting just enough to move those chains.
A check of the time and temperature coming up after this play. Got an update from over at the Bernardian Bowl. St. Bernard's continues to run away from Monty Tech tonight, 49-0. The Bernardians on top of the Bulldogs through 3 quarters of play, says Mike LeClaire over at the Bernardian Bowl tonight. First down and 10 to go for the Bombers. They find themselves at the Blue Devil 30-yard line at left hash. Trips to the right of the formation. A flat foot set on the shotgun snap. They find Collier, the slot receiver, on the screen. He finds some room up the right hash. Forward he goes across the 20, the 15, and dragged down at the 13-yard line. And it's yet another Bomber first down.
That was a very well-designed play right there. Quick hitter out there. Get a little wide receiver screen.
We've said
bubble
this
screen, is that what we call it?
Yeah, and Leominster had been the master of that
Gruden there, you know?
in years past.
Yeah.
You've seen that
little
play
quick
before.
Wide receiver screen.
Indeed.
Worked very well for him.
And now a 30-second timeout taken by Westfield. It stops the clock with 56 seconds to play here in the third quarter and a 28-13 score. Leominster on top for the moment. Check of our time and temperature, and it's brought to you by Chapdelaine GMC here in the second half. The right truck can make your job easier, and Chapdelaine GMC has been selling and servicing commercial trucks since 1969. Chapdelaine has the best selection of commercial used trucks, period. Stop by Route 2A in Lunenburg or online at chappygm.com. 68 degrees, 8:43 on a Friday night, September the 14th, here from historic Doyle Field, opening night of the 2018 season here at Doyle Field. And at 68 degrees, still warm enough, Coach Palazzi has got the Gatorade bottles, and he's carrying them, drinking them, and handing them out as he works his way down the sideline.
Well, I don't think anybody had the bottles to run out there. Had one set, and 2 sets were sitting up here. He wants to see his players hydrated.
Here's a first down and 10 to go for the Bombers. They find themselves at the Blue Devil 13. Snap and flags and whistles kill the play, and it's procedure coming up against the Bombers. That's the signal. They'll penalize 5 yards. It'll be a 1st and 15.
I think the coach would run the water bottles out there if you think it would help.
Start passing them out. Second down and 15 to go. Ball is back across the 15-yard line to about the 17. And they'll replay first down. Something just went skittering across the field there as the referee chucked something out along the sideline.
Roll of tape or somebody's glove or something.
Somebody had ripped off tape earlier and thrown it in between the hash marks.
2 receivers to the open side left of the formation, and in this pistol formation, here's Nihil. Tried the delay give, now backpedals 5 steps. Underneath, throw, fine, complete for Mason Collingwood. The tight end on a little out, down to about the 10-yard line where he's brought down by the Blue Devils defense. That's Couch on the hit for Leominster.
Nice open field tackle out there, preventing a touchdown. Couch was the only one out there between the Westfield player in the end zone.
Brings up second down and 8 to go. Some personnel changes here. Zach Calladay checks back in for the Blue Devils.
Once again, a nice little misdirection screen there by Westfield. Collier on the receiving end again, and seen that play a couple of times now in the second half, and it worked to success for Westfield.
Second down and 8 to go. Bombers can get a first down inside the 5-yard line and get 4 shots at it from inside the Blue Devil 5 if they choose. Nihil back to pass, got some time, steps up, throws a little dart short, and that pass is incomplete. He was looking for the tight end Collingwood again. Collingwood is finding some separation off the line, not sure where he's going, but somewhere he comes.
Kyle Philbin there coming in, the sophomore from his defensive lineman position, putting some pressure on Nihil, having to rush that pass a little bit. He did have an open receiver in the flat.
Coach Palazzi thought that was the end of the third quarter, and still 2 ticks left on the clock, stopped on the incompletion. So a third down and 8 to go for the Bombers in this third quarter, and then they'll change ends, and they'll go toward Morton Street for quarter number 4. Pistol formation here as Nihil steps up. Now he's going to drop back into a gun. Points out that Mike linebacker in the center of the line. Calls for the snap, rolls out hard to the right with some time. Pena giving pursuit, running out of real estate. Nihil turns the corner, pushed toward the sideline, and knocked out of bounds there. Elijah Martinez got in there to cut down the angle. And he's short of the 5-yard line at about the 5.5, and that should bring up a 4th down. 000 showing on the board here at historic Doyle Field. Should mean the end of the third quarter. Referee's looking, and there's the whistle. End of the third quarter here from Doyle Field with the score. Leominster 28 and Westfield 13. We break. Teams change ends in the all-important 4th and final quarter when we come back. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on on Leominster TV tonight. Didn't get a chance to talk to you all third quarter. That went very fast. As ball stayed in bounds, teams just kept moving the football. No real stoppages in play. And Bill Thomas, third quarter, goes scoreless.
I was looking at the scoreboard. 41 points put up in the first half, 0 in the third quarter. If this trend continues, that'll play out well for the Blue Devils. I kind of find it hard to believe that we're not going to see any scoring here. This is a big play right here. See if Leominster can hold Westfield out of the end zone here to stop them as they're deep in Blue Devil territory. Sure, we're looking at 4th down situation here. It's actually 4th down right now. Be interested to see what kind of call Westfield comes out of this quarter change.
Fast quarter, though, Billy. Very fast.
It was, like Todd said, a lot on the ground. Clock kept running. I think 1 incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Had 1 penalty maybe, but very fast quarter right there. Defining play right here. It's going to be a big momentum swing one way or the other. Big 4th down and 3 here, it looks like. And I'm guessing Westfield's going to go for it.
Back to historic Doyle Field in Leominster on the K-Zone. Teams change ends. 4th quarter of action coming up here. And as they change ends, here comes Westfield going all the way down to the extreme left. And they will be angled to the right. So here we go. 4th down and 2 to go. They need the Leominster 3-yard line for a first down or pay dirt just beyond that. Trip set up to the wide left of the formation. Moynihan in the backfield with Nihill. Nihill, hard count. Hard count some more. Stands up, still waiting. Now looks at Coach Rob Parent at the sideline. We're inside 10 seconds on the play clock. Still nothing, and now Rob Parent says timeout.
I was kind of curious. Yeah.
Nice job by the Leominster defense trying to get him to jump and reset the sticks.
Absolutely, great discipline.
Sean Sweeney says that's the second time they've played that game with him as well.
Tried to get him to jump, and that's just good coaching right there. Hold your ground. You know a short yard situation. You know they work on that a lot. They work on those hard counts. Don't get fooled. Watch the ball.
So a little conversation here, and doesn't look like the plan's going to change. Nihill and company now going to head to the line, and this time,
well, I think the plan's going to change. I think they're going to snap the ball this time.
I think there's a pretty good possibility of that happening. So here comes 4th down. Nihill calls out signals. Moynihan next to him to his left. The trip still on the left of the formation. Snap, fake it, kept it himself. Defense opened up, squared the hit though, and Brian Rodriguez drops him at the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle by Brian Rodriguez. It's a first down for Nihill on the quarterback keeper, but Rodriguez said one-on-one, bring it on, squared him up and put him down.
Yeah, and I had the fake. I was watching Moynihan go around the right end, and I had to go back to what you were describing to find out where the ball was, Todd.
Brian Rodriguez has been the king of the pro wrestling.
the one-on-ones,
God.
huh?
That was another double leg takedown. Thought he was turning him over there, maybe going for a figure 4 or something. It was getting interesting. Here's a 1st and goal to go from the 2-yard line.
They need 4 more of those right now.
Full house backfield snap. I think Nihill may have bobbled it. The pile fell forward, and the wing officials converge and say that's a touchdown. Bombers are back on the board. 28-19 now, pending the extra point.
Is this where you go for 2?
You got to get that 1 point back.
You got to find it. You got to chase that extra point somewhere. Might as well chase it right now.
Certainly has been a dramatic drive moving the ball down the field. Got to give it some consideration. So the conversation, Nihill is over with Coach Rob Parent, and it looks like, yeah, they're intended on staying out there. 31 seconds into the 4th quarter. It's 28-19, Leominster with the lead, slightly smaller now, and the Bombers would like to make it even smaller with a 2-point conversion. Be a 7-point game if the 2-point conversion is good. Shotgun set on the spread. 4 receivers flank out in the formation. The tight end is slot to the left. Here's Moynihan standing next to Nihill. The snap, Moynihan cuts him out, rolling to the pylon. It's a race, and he takes a hit, but is the ball across the line? No signal yet from the wing official as Nihill fell into his lap. Still no signal here.
I don't think
now the conversation,
and
there it is. It's a late give, but they say the 2-point conversion is good.
And he was carrying that in his right arm. I don't know if he got the ball over the pylon.
Holy cow, they say he was in. The referee seemed like he got taken out of the play as it went into his lap. Nice defensive hit at the pylon, but they say the ball crossed the goal line. 2-point conversion is good. 10:29 to play in the fourth quarter. It's Leominster 21 and Leominster 28, Westfield 21.
We got a new ball game.
Oh boy, do we ever. We'll keep it right here at historic Doyle Field. Interesting confusion on that play, and an opportunity for us to name the power player of the second half. It's brought to you by the all-new Colonial Ford of Marlborough. Proud to be the latest member of the Colonial Automotive Group, serving eastern Massachusetts since 1992. Online at buycolonialfordmarlborough.com. Yes, you can have it all at Colonial. So our Colonial Ford of Marlborough power player of the second half.
I don't like doing this, but I'm going in.
That's what we're here for.
I'm going red and white. I think Michael Nihill did a great job controlling the offense for Westfield. Third quarter, they're getting him in right there at the beginning of the fourth quarter. He's really been the story of the second half here up to this point.
Coach Palazzi having a conversation with the wing official on the near side, wanting to know if that ball was truly inside the pylon. And by the way, the pylon's still down over on the far side. So, you know, on that.
Oh, no,
Dixon, onside kick again. This one is going the wrong way. It's out of bounds, and it didn't go 10 yards.
We'll take that field position.
Interesting choice there.
Why would you...
A risk.
I wonder if that was a mistake. Think he tried to do that?
No, that looked very intentional. Okay. He tried that approach again, did Dixon, where he then turns and takes the 90-degree turn with the kick. Problem was the ball was spinning on end, and it spun along the 45-yard line and eventually out of bounds, almost back from the point where it was kicked at around the 40.
Got to give the Blue Devils good...
I'll get to the 41.
Good discipline there by not chasing that ball, too, realizing that it didn't approach the 10 yards that it had to go.
So to the 36.
Coach Palazzi inside the numbers, barking at the officials, still not happy on that call over on the far side. He's visiting everybody in stripes.
Now they don't get a mark off, a 5 more for kicked out of bounds?
They did.
They did, because the ball was at the 41.
Oh, it was at the 41. Okay, I see. We're at the 36.
Yeah, so to the 36-yard line. Here comes split back set, first down and 10. The pitch for Justice Reynolds. Reynolds has got the right corner and one defender to beat. He gets cut out across the 25 and out of bounds around the Bomber 21-yard line, but it's a first down for Justice Reynolds in the race to the edge.
And Justice showed up in the first half, and all of a sudden we found ourselves a new tailback here with some fresh legs. Good job by Justin. Looking here, he's a junior.
Yes.
We hasn't seen much action. It's good to see him out there.
Gain of 16 on the play for Reynolds, and another Leominster first down and 10 to go at the Bomber 21-yard line. 10-10 to play here in the fourth quarter. 28-21 Leominster's lead, and Leominster looking to answer here.
You know, it's Reynolds back there at tailback, and Couch is not.
And there's a change at fullback as well. Bryant Cordero, the down fullback here.
Fresh legs.
Cora under center. Here's the snap. Give it to Reynolds. Reynolds finds some room inside the left tackle. Flag is out on the play. Reynolds is battling down to the 1-yard line, and it's not going to matter. They've got holding on the left side of the line.
Yep, I think it's coming back. That was a nice run, though.
They say it was a block below the waist is the indication.
What? Second one tonight. You never see that very often.
And the signal, Leominster is having a conversation. The referee just snapped at Leominster. I'm not really sure what that's all about. By that signal, that was actually a block at the waist. Just, you know, just saying, block below the waist.
Shoulders, knees, and
and
toes.
where was the block? Because, man, that came back.
It was definitely the left side of the line, because the referee kind of, it was the umpire in the middle of the field, angled himself to the left side of the line and slung it out there, so it was either the tight end or the left tackle. Really hard to tell in the mess, but that was the direction he was pointing.
It turned into a 15
when his flag came out. Yeah, so.
First down and 20.
That's huge.
From the Bomber 1-yard line, bring it all the way back to the Bomber 36 on first down and 25. I backfield. Here's the snap for Cora. Fake the give, fake it again. Cora rolls out, finds some defense. Now he tucks. He'd like to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. He may have lost a short yard on the play, but a better result than it going the wrong way downfield.
Gets up rubbing his elbow, too. I hope he didn't land on it or hurt himself in any way, but that play was ill-timed, to say the least, and Westfield was all over that.
Yeah, just didn't quite work out for him.
Yep. We see
Cordero getting rolled out here on the near side. Yeah.
On his calf.
Connor Marchand was just stretching as well.
And Marchand's back in the football game. Here comes a shotgun spread. Marchand is going to be slot to the left of the formation. 2 receivers outside of him to the left, and Brian Rodriguez is in single coverage short to the right. Here's the snap. Give it to Reynolds. Reynolds race to the left edge. Reynolds on the run, gets squared up and hits, keeps moving forward and angles across the 35, turned it down to about the 33, maybe the 32, depending on the mark. It'll still be a very long way home. Leominster needs to move the ball to the Bomber 12-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, I think the key here, let's keep the clock moving. You know, first down is not out of reach, but let's not do anything that's going to hurt us in the long run here. It's really a field position game right now, I think, and that's what the Blue Devils got to concentrate on.
Leominster had raced out to a 21-0 lead in the first quarter. It was unanswered until the second quarter. And since then, it's been a lot of Bomber football. Leominster added one touchdown late in the second quarter. 28-21, Leominster's lead inside of 8 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 22, shotgun spread, a bunch formation in trips to the left, flag is out from the back judge,
welcome to Doyle.
and Leominster is going to lose 5 yards. And yeah, the Doyle Field,
I was going to say, we haven't had a delay game.
And all of a sudden, it's unbelievable how quickly that comes. But did they grant them the timeout? They might have. Referees waved overhead, and Leominster got the timeout before the flag came out. So a good use of a timeout saves 5 yards. It'll still be 3rd down and excruciatingly long. 7:39 to play here in the fourth quarter, and Leominster's dug themselves quite a hole to work their way out of. Remember, coming up at the end of this one, huge post-game show coming up. We've got scores from around the region. We're going to get you a final recap of this one. Plus, we'll get you off to Red Sox baseball. Red Sox Mets, a little shades of the '86 World Series tonight. A little interleague play as well. So that's all coming up here on the K-Zone as well. 7:39 to play here in the fourth, 28-21. Leominster's lead right now. And here come the cheerleaders working their way down the sideline.
I think they sent a police officer down here to get him. And now he's escorting them back to the other end of the field.
Interesting.
It was kind of funny.
I'll tell you, it's opening night all over the place. Week 2 of action, opening night here at Doyle Field, and crowd's attention getting turned far to our right. Not entirely certain what's going on. We'll monitor that as we have 7:39 to play here in the fourth. A 28-21 Leominster lead, and out of the timeout, a 3rd and 22. Ball at the 33-yard line of the Bombers at left hash, going left to right. High snap. Cora puts it in the breadbasket of Reynolds. Reynolds gets a block from Rodriguez, cuts back inside of that to the 25-yard line where he's taken down there, and it'll bring up a 4th down. 4th down and still long here. There's not a lot in your playbook for 4th down and 14. They need to move the ball to the Bomber 12 for a first down.
Yeah, there's not much upside here to punting, though. You know, you might gain 15 yards. You keep it out of the end zone. I think it's a good
still
good
a little
decision
too far
here.
for Pablo Rodriguez. We think he might have
25. The problem is you're going to give field position at the point of the kick.
Indeed.
So, you know, I think in this situation, you know, a little closer maybe.
Even if you come up short and gain some yards, you could still push the Bombers inside their own 15-yard line.
You need a positive play right here. Which I think means keep the ball in the game.
Arlie Galat with the yellow gloves. He's the wide receiver to the right of the formation. 4 receivers spread out. Here's the shotgun snap. Cora with some time. Looks over the middle of the field. Finds Brian Rodriguez across the 15-yard line at about the 13.
Close.
And the point of farthest progress is a really generous spot just shy of the 10-yard line. That should be plenty for a Leominster first down.
Looking at a first down, and what a play.
Great play by J.C. Cora, and it is. It's a Leominster first down.
What do I know?
On 4th down, wow.
That's why I'm an announcer and he's a coach. I say keep the ball on the ground. He wings it and they get a first down. I love it.
J.C. Cora,
good job.
And that's the name of the game.
Noticeably, Cora on that passing with such confidence across the middle of the field. 2 defenders crossing after that takes a lot of guts, a lot of confidence for a sophomore to throw that in the middle of the field with 15 yards to get the first down.
They give him the 10-yard line, so it's 1st and goal Leominster at the Bomber 10, just inside of right hash. It's an I formation. It's Marchand and then Reynolds. Here's the snap. They got it to Marchand. Marchand spun off an initial hit, and that hit was on him again on a late handoff one more time to the fullback. He spun off of that hit to the left of the formation, got inside of the 10 to about the 9. Call it a gain of 1, 2nd and goal from the 9.
A nice little bruiser play there by Marchand. Be interested to see if they keep it on the ground or they go back to the air. I think going back to the air right now would probably catch Westfield off guard a little bit. But it'd be interesting to see how they mix this up right here.
Yes, indeed.
Nothing that Coach Palazzi does surprises me. Even though I second guess him on occasion, that's why he's down there and I'm up here.
No question about that. I keep.
That's what an analyst does, right?
That's right. Hey, it's our job to just ask questions. As we always used to joke,
what we see.
We report, you decide. It's the name of the game up here.
All right, so
second and goal to go from the 9-yard line. Ball spot center of the field. Single back is Reynolds. 3 receivers out in the formation. Here's the snap. Fake the give. Fake the end around. Cora keeps it himself. Defense is there. He's still keeping the play alive. Hangs on to the football and down he goes.
What a mess.
Interesting. Helmet off at the end of that play. Defender is going to end up out for one play on that one. I think it's Chris Meneses, the defensive back, get in there. He lost a helmet, so he'll go to the sideline.
I have a big third down.
4:58 to play here in the fourth quarter. 28-21, Leominster's lead. And yes, Bill Thomas, third down and goal to go. Lost some yards across the 10 to about the 13-yard line.
You know, and we were speculating a few plays ago if we're going to see maybe a field goal. I think we're in that range right now. So
where you at least have to consider it.
You might have to consider this because you want to I mean, 2 scores up, it'd be big.
Pablo Rodriguez stretching out over on the near side. Reynolds in the backfield with Cora. 3 receivers open to the left. Here's the snap. Fake the handoff. Cora kept it himself. That play snuffed out in the backfield, and down it goes.
Thought he did a good job getting it in from the hash mark, though, and if they are going to go for a field goal here.
Yeah, it looks like he may have centered up the football.
A little bit. Could have got it a little, but he did run in the right direction. I give him some credit for that.
Coach Palazzi
here we
looks
go.
at the sideline and he goes, "Where's Pablo Rodriguez?"
Here we go.
And Pablo Rodriguez put his hand up. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
And in he goes. Shades of vacation there. Rusty, where are you, Rusty?
Right here, Dad.
This is what we wanted to see last week. We didn't get the opportunity to, so big spot here for this kid.
And Coach Palazzi said he wouldn't be afraid to call it, and here it comes. Gabe Elias will hold. Pablo Rodriguez marks his distance.
Don't rush it.
Looking for the field goal. Good snap, ball down, kick is up, angling wide to the left. It had the distance, but the angle was just pulled wide to the left. 3:42 to play here in the fourth quarter. 28-21, Leominster's lead. It's a missed field goal of 31 yards for Pablo Rodriguez.
Well, it's getting to be nail-biting time now.
Indeed it is. Grinding them down here at Doyle Field.
Possession's winding down.
Score update from Western Mass right now. Score fest out there. St. John's coming barreling back, but it is still 48-34 in favor of Central right now.
We got a final score update over at Bernardian Bowl as well. I want to thank Mike LeClaire for finalizing this one. 48-8, the final score. St. Bernard's tops Monty Tech tonight, so Monty Tech did get on the board, but a 40-point win for St. Bernard's, 48-8, as the Bernardians scoring a lot of points in the early season, and they move themselves out to 2-0 through week 2 of action.
Now, do they still have one of those brothers that they've had in the system for like the last 8 years playing for them?
We'll find out soon enough. First down and 10 to go. 7-step drop back, fling it back at the line for Moynihan, and Moynihan got away from the defense, found some room in the middle of the field. Brian Rodriguez squares him up for a hit. Rodriguez has been Johnny on the spot with the hits late in plays, and there was another one, middle of the field. Stopped that play shy of the 40-yard line at the Bomber 39, Kate. It was a gain of 26.
Nice little center screen there. I wish the chain gang would show a little bit of hustle here, because they don't start the clock, and they're practically giving Westfield a timeout here to huddle up.
Under 3.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. 28-21, Leominster's lead. Bombers determined here to get this one tied. Fake the handoff. Nihil keeps it himself. Nihil bounces it outside. Joe Conlon will square him up and take Nihil down after a gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Nice job there. I'm trying to get a number. It looked like Elijah Martinez in there kind of blew that up in the backfield, slowed him down a little bit, let the rest of the defenders get in on him.
It'll be 2nd down and 6 to go. The ball at the Bomber 43-yard line, just inside of right hash as the Bombers come from right to left here in quarter number 4. Under 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Clock really neither team's friend at this point. It's going to be the team that can hang on to it to the end and potentially punch it in if you're the Bombers to tie things up. That's what it looks like they're playing for here. Very deliberate pace. 2nd and 6. Handoff straight up the middle of the field, and that play kind of died. Monahan tripped over a defender who had fallen on the play.
Fell into the pile. Looked like he thought he just landed on somebody. He wanted to get up and continue some forward progress there, but the play had already been blown dead. I tell you, there's no sense of urgency here for Westfield, and it's kind of surprising. They still got quite a long field to go here.
Plenty of time, though. 2:09 left.
Kate, the eternal optimist. Huh?
Absolutely,
Always.
that's what she's here for. And 6 to go. Shotgun set. 3 receivers in the formation. Nihil's back to pass. Got some time. Conhill pushed him out of the pocket. Excuse me, Conlen pushed him out of the pocket. The rollout throw to the right. In and out of the hands of the receiver. And it will fall incomplete. It looked like the receiver started to get a cramp and dropped down and couldn't hang on to the football. That was Kaylin White, the intended
Todd,
receiver on the play.
Do you ever bet on a sure thing and the horse gets a cramp?
Tell you, that play took
Down
a long time
Periscope.
to develop, and he was there. He had a nice sideline route going there, but just a little miscommunication at the end.
Clock stops on the incompletion. 1:52 to play in the fourth quarter. 28-21.
Fourth down
Is Leominster's lead.
Big
This is
fourth
It's being
down.
asked for a big fourth down stop here. You can see Connor Marchand trying to rev up the defense. Adam Couch in there at linebacker spot. Everybody stocking in. Here comes the Blue Devils. Bowers on the blitz from the outside right. Nihil looks for the center of the field. He's got some room. They can't get to him. He's got the first down at the 49-yard line. They give him midfield with a good lean, but he had plenty for a Bomber first down, and the drive continues.
Nice scramble there. Nihil looked like he wasn't going to waste any time. As soon as he saw his primary cover, he tucked and ran and made a good choice.
We're going to make that the good hands play of the day. Brought to you by Allstate Insurance agent Patty Pritchard, helping people get the insurance coverage they need for more than a decade. Committed to providing, let's try that again. Committed to providing you excellent service, treating you like a member of her own family. Now opening a new office at 423 Main Street in Fitchburg. With Patty Pritchard and Allstate, you're in good hands. And in good hands was Mike Nihil, who makes the first down run.
First time you did that read, I'm like, why is he talking about brides in Purdue? But you got it. Operator error.
Sometimes.
You knew I would come back.
And you know, Bill Thomas, that's why I don't hold back. I got to hold my ground in this game.
I got you. I'm out of that game.
I understand. 1:43 to play in the fourth quarter. 28-21, Leominster's lead. Ball is at midfield. What a week of action it has been here from Doyle Field. If you're not here, you've missed a dandy. This crowd has been treated to a fantastic football game. First down and 10 to go from midfield. Shotgun set, trips to the left of the formation. Nihil asks for the football. Back to pass. Got some time with good blocking. Nihil uncorks to the left side of the field long and hauled in inside of the 15 and down around the 10-yard line. It's the slot receiver, Bailey Collier. Lays out and pulls it into the midsection. What a play.
Since he dropped that long pass in the first half, I don't think he's dropped anything that he's got his fingers on.
36 yards, pitch and catch. Mike Nihil to Bailey Collier, like they're playing catch and nobody else is around.
And I tell you, Nihil has such an arc on that ball. It almost looks like it's overthrown, but he's got such a teardrop motion to that. Just came right down in the basket.
So on a first down and 10 to go at the Blue Devil 13-yard line. Here's the snap from Nihil. Give it inside. Find Moynihan, and Moynihan battles his way forward toward the 10-yard line. He was stopped at about the 12. Referees step in to break up Couch and a conversation Couch was having with Collingwood.
Connor Marchand looks like he's hurting a little bit there, but we saw him struggling earlier, but he's not coming out of the game. Good job on that tackle right there. First one to the ball.
I got a prompt from the National Weather Service with the special weather statement. Areas of fog will be developing here in North Worcester County tonight. So be careful on your drive home here from historic Doyle Field tonight. And timeout taken on the field.
Billy, Todd does football, fashion, and weather.
And traffic. Be careful in your ride.
That's right.
Good job.
If you're in downtown Leominster, watch out. The Food Truck Festival.
Food truck, it's just breaking up
downtown.
Now, probably.
Yep.
I was going to get
Do you know
down there
how many
tonight.
good food trucks were down there?
I saw the list. I was like, why is it going to be tonight?
I know.
But, well, we got our priorities.
1 week away from the Johnny Appleseed Festival.
Yes.
Oh, Apple Crisp.
Where all I know is the First Baptist Church will be making the Apple Crisp, and I will be there.
That's the place to be?
Head of the line. That's the place
Todd
to be.
will cut off an elderly woman to get in that
With a big smile when I do it. I'll buy hers
Just
too,
take it
but I'm
right
not
out of
missing.
her hands. Take it right out of her hands.
They do a phenomenal job. Come on down. Rick Marchand and the Leominster Downtown Association with the Johnny Appleseed Festival next Saturday, 9 to 5, rain or shine.
So if you see any old ladies with injuries, blame my husband.
No, I had nothing to do with it. I love senior citizens. 1 minute, 1 second to play here in the fourth, and out of the timeout on 2nd and 8. Back to pass Nihill. Flung it Rich Gannon style to the outside. It's like three-quarter sling out to the left. Down on the back of the play, it's Joe Conlon. He was slow to get up, and I don't know if he got a cramp or he landed awkwardly at the end of that play, but he's back up on his own power, and whistle's going to stop the play. Coach Palazzi out to the center of the field to have a conversation.
Billy, I never get a timeout for a cramp. Todd just says, rub some dirt on
Play
it.
through it.
We got to keep going. 56 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter.
He comes jogging off, though.
The Bombers driving here. They've got 3rd down and 8 to go. They've found their way to the Blue Devil 11-yard line. They are 11 yards from getting a chance to tie up this football game. The Blue Devils fans down that end of the field, marching, screaming, trying to develop as much noise as they possibly can to get their team defense jacked up. Here they come on 3rd down and 8 to go. Shotgun set, trips open to the right of the formation. Monahan's in the backfield. The snap. Nihill back to pass, got some time. Inside pass complete on a little out, and there's the tight end. Mason Collingwood again. He's been open all day long on that little short route in the flats. Got him again. Should have a first down, waiting for the signal.
It looks like right at the 5, and unfortunately he got behind the defender. When the defender tackled him, he tackled him forward and gave him an extra yard or two, which I think created that first down situation. We're going to have a little measurement here. First one.
Want to measure it right along the 5-yard line is where the ball sits right now. So they're going to create some space, and they're going to bring in those chains. Clock stop for the measurement. 40 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. 28-21. Leominster's lead right now, and their defense badly needing a stop.
I think they got it in them.
Oh, here comes Zach Del Judas back in the game. I know he's been frustrated in and out on the sideline, dealing with some lower body cramps. And he said on this play, I'm going to be out on the field. And he's back out there once again.
Just short.
And so they say it will bring up a 4th down.
Again.
Another huge 4th down. How many huge 4th downs have we had already? It's week 2. Pace yourselves here, people.
This is the hugest one yet.
The hugest. It's the wicked biggest.
Yeah, without
the
a doubt.
wickedest.
It's the wicked biggest.
As they used to say out in central New York, there's a car dealer. It's huge. And here it comes once again. 3rd down, and that down box is nowhere near where it needs to be. It's 3rd down and very, very close.
Get down there.
Ball at the 5-yard line. They need the 4. Leominster's crowd comes to their feet. 40 seconds to play here in the fourth. A first down keeps the hopes alive for the Bombers.
Shoot the gaps.
Under center. The snap.
He dropped the ball.
He did drop it. He picked it up. The pile fell forward.
Wow.
The wing officials converge right along and maybe just in front of the 5-yard line.
Drops the snap.
Indeed, and picked it right back up. It landed right between his feet when he dropped it. Presence of mind to reach down. He never looked for it. Picked it right back up.
How often you see a ball like that get kicked out of that scrum by one of the linemen?
And it is a timeout taken by the Bombers. It is a Bomber first down with 30 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. 28-21, Leominster's lead. The defense bending and bending and bending and bending. There's a point where don't break eventually comes, and that's not far behind their heels right now.
Well, I tell you, Westfield's done a good job pushing the Blue Devil defense around here in the second half. Their defense has held the Blue Devils scoreless. They've come up with a couple of scores and are on the verge of tying the game here or possibly going ahead. I don't think them kicking the extra point is a given at this point. They've traveled quite a ways. They might want to just end it, especially if they feel confident down at the 3-yard line where they are now. I mean, this could go a lot of different ways right here.
A 9:15 here in Leominster tonight, and a long 2 hours and 15 minutes, and still counting for this one, and we're not done yet. Here come the Bombers. Shotgun set. Moynihan standing next to Nihill in the backfield. 3 receivers in a straight line out to the left of the formation. Calling signals. Here's Nihill the snap. Fake the give, kept it himself. Finds a hole, leans his shoulder. He's into the end zone. It's a Bomber touchdown. We've got a 1-point game with 26 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter.
Wow, what a burst by Nihill there. No question, he knew exactly what he was going to do with that ball. Whether the rest of the team knew where he was going, I'm not sure. Sometimes the fakes work better if you don't tell everybody what you're doing. But nice job.
Coach Rob Parent says timeout. Bill Thomas, you might be onto something here.
Looking for the low-hanging fruit. I know if I traveled 2 hours, I think I'd want to make a statement right here.
I got to drive 2 hours back. I want to do it with a win.
Right. And the way Nihill has controlled the second half with his feet and his personal rushing game, I think they almost have to go to him. I mean, that play looked pretty flawless right there, and I think that's a play that they probably feel good about. I wouldn't be surprised to see him run something similar. Run a fake to the tailback, Monahan, or if Boggs. We haven't seen Boggs in the second half, actually, surprisingly enough, after the way the first half wound down. But maybe there was a little physical thing going on, or who knows what was going on with Monahan. But I have a feeling it's going to be all Nihil. I'd put all 11 players just chase Nihil. If somebody else takes it in the end zone, let them have it.
And here they come, back out onto the field. 26 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. 28-27, Leominster's lead. Spread formation in a gun. Monahan and the offense going for two. Nihil's in the gun. Monahan to his right. Four receivers in the formation. The tight end Collingwood in motion left to right. Here's the snap. And now the rollout. Is it a race to the pylon? Yes, it is.
No.
Did they get there?
No.
They say he's in. They say he's in. The defense had lined up to take a Bill Thomas word. It looked like a picket fence. And they say he made it somehow. The ball pierced the goal line. A flag is down on the play. Leominster has lost their composure, rather understandably, in a very big moment, but it's going to cost them 15 yards on the kickoff, and they trail by 1 point at this point in the game.
I think coach isn't happy about a block in the back that happened over there, something they've been calling all night, and that might be what the Blue Devils were complaining about, but unfortunate turn of events right there. Tell you, he did not look in. We can't see from here, obviously, where the pylon is. The official's been slow on that wing all night over there. He was slow on that touchdown, and just leaves a bad impression right there.
More confusion down on the field as they're trying to figure out where they've got to place. The 2-point conversion is good for the Bombers. It is 29-28, Westfield's lead.
And they're going to kick off from the Blue Devils 45.
Yeah, which is going to drive Leominster deep into their own territory. Just 26 seconds to play and only a limited number of timeouts to work with. Remember, Leominster, 21-0 lead in the first quarter. Westfield has battled back and battled back and battled back, and not only have they matched the score, they've gone ahead on a 2-point conversion late in the fourth quarter.
Basically, you've done it on Nihil's back.
Yes, they have.
He's willed him to this point.
And Dixon is going to have the kickoff at the Blue Devil 45-yard line, as we said moments ago.
Crazy turn of events right there.
Indeed it has been, and it started right off the bat in the second half with an onside kick conversion for the Bombers, and it's gone south from there if you're wearing blue and white.
Although they didn't score off of that, it set a tone.
It set a tone. That's right.
Set a tone.
Dixon's going to mark off his distance, and Ian Dixon will set up for his kickoff. Leominster with the hands team in. A lot of players inside of the box. And there's a high hopper fielded by Martinez. Nice job, and Martinez will fall on it around the 25-yard line. So much for the thought of driving him deep there. Didn't want to do that, per se. It only takes 2 seconds off the clock, so 24 seconds to play here in the fourth. Leominster chasing just 1 point, 29-28. Can they get themselves into field goal range and give Pablo Rodriguez another chance at it? He's 0 of 1 with a miss from 31 yards earlier tonight.
I would love to see that. I'd love to see him get another opportunity. It's going to take a couple of big plays right here.
Yes, it is. And they had them in the first quarter. Can they find them again and channel them now with the game on the line?
I mean, Westfield's done a great job of sealing off the ends. Blue Devils were running around the ends, especially with Couch. We haven't seen that at all in the second half. We're going to find some magic there. 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line, going left to right. 3 receivers in the formation. Koras for the football. He's back to pass with some time. Throws underneath, finds Rodriguez in triple coverage. That pass is complete in the middle of the field at the 35-yard line, and that's enough for a Blue Devil first down. They give him the 36. Clock stops temporarily as they reset the chains, and now the Blue Devils take a timeout, stopping the clock with 19 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. 29-28. Westfield's first lead of the night comes inside of a minute in the fourth quarter. 30 seconds to go. But they've controlled the entire second half. They've done a good job of making the adjustments to stop the Blue Devils. Obviously, Blue Devils shut out up to this point in the second half.
And here we go. First down and 10 to go for the Blue Devils. Their own 36-yard line at right hash. Left to right, the march will have to continue. 4 receivers out in the formation. Scanning the line, it's Cora. He asks for the football. He fields it with one hand. He's got plenty of time. Over the middle of the field, high and outside, through 4 defenders and incomplete. Got a little lucky there that ball found the turf incomplete. It was high and outside. It missed Brian Rodriguez, who gets up with a gimp.
Only takes a few seconds off the clock.
Indeed it does. It leaves 14 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. Chasing one at 29-28 Westfield.
That ball went through a lot of hands on the way to the turf right there. Most of them wearing white jerseys.
You better believe that. And here comes a second down. Yeah, second down and 10 to go.
Don't look at the scoreboard.
Indeed. Ball at their own 36 for Leominster at right hash. Shotgun set, 4 receivers split. Cora in the backfield with Couch. He asked for the football. He's got some time. Cora almost trips over Couch, flings toward the sideline. He's high and outside again. Rodriguez skied for it, but it's just too high and incomplete. Defensive coordinator Kevin Murphy has to pick up Brian Rodriguez, who's been playing every snap of this football game.
And he's playing hurt right now.
He's not coming out.
He's not coming out.
8 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. They need to find a spot downfield. I believe they have one more timeout left by our calculations. 3rd down and 10 to go. Leominster needs their own 46 for a first down. Rather meaningless with 8 seconds to play. They need to play downfield and out of bounds across midfield. Somewhere around the 40-35 would be ideal. You got to let some time flow off, though, for the play to develop. So 8 seconds, chance for maybe 2 plays. Cora, the delayed give, up the middle of the field. It's Couch. Couch has got some room. Couch bounces to the outside. He trips. Down he goes. 1 second on the clock, and Coach Palazzi gets the timeout, and Leominster will get one more shot. Adam Couch frustrated as he got tackled by the 50-yard line.
But you know what?
49.
I don't think he was going to go all the way. Maybe falling down might have been a blessing.
At least gives him one more play.
Yeah.
It does indeed.
He wasn't going to make the sideline, and I don't think he was going to make it to the end zone there. He was kind of getting sealed off. Well, I know he's mad that he fell down. He saw daylight over there, but
and
not
thought
enough,
he could fit through it.
not enough to actually to make it work, I think, with the time on the clock.
Teams huddle on the sideline. Just 1 tick left here in the 4th quarter of week 2. 29-28, Westfield's lead. They've had a lead for about 36 seconds, give or take, of game clock. And that's all they've led for in this football game. But that's all you have to lead for.
So can JC throw the ball 60 yards?
That's the question.
I think we're about to find out.
Can he throw it 60 yards? Hook and ladder play, got one of those in the books. The underneath screen with like a line block in front of him, trying to push it downfield. A lot of options there, but I'll tell you, that end around or that handoff speed sweep to the edge has found a lot of room. I just don't think with 1 second in the game on the line, you can rely on it again.
No, only because there's too many deep defenders now. They don't have their standard linebackers out there. They've really got what's considered a speed team out there.
Absolutely.
So I don't think, even if you beat him to the corner, I'm not sure you're going to outrace him to the end zone.
So from the Bomber 49 at left hash, game on the line. One play here in week 2 to get a score. And your only option is a touchdown. 4 receivers set, the snap, give it to Couch. Couch has got some room, finds it up the middle of the field. He is tackled, he is down at the 40-yard line, and the game is over. And the Bombers celebrate on Doyle Field. Opening night of 2018 here at Doyle Field is sullied. A huge comeback. Down 21-0 in the 1st quarter alone. They rally all the way back to the Westfield Bombers for a 29-28 victory late in the 4th quarter.
Big emotional victory for Westford, and quite a letdown. Westfield, quite a letdown, I think, here at the end for the Blue Devils. I think they feel they had one taken away. But you control your own destiny with that kind of lead. I got to give all the credit to Nihil. He willed Westfield back in the second half. He basically carried them on his back all the way to, right to this victory.
And the story will be, Bill Thomas, the 2-point conversion. Did it ever get to the goal line? And you know what? I don't know in high school football if we've got an angle that can discern it. That's why we don't have instant
replay. I mean, the official's right there. You hate to have something like a game, such an exciting game, come down to one questionable play at the end.
Yep.
We're questioning it because we're 60 yards yards away. The official over there, you know, he's standing there, got the best view. I know there's some complaints about, coach was complaining about a block in the back or a chop block or something we saw called earlier in the game.
Yes,
you know, they keep the flags in the pocket there during the most important play, but it is what it is.
The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. Last week we said maybe a moral victory for Leominster in losing by 2 and playing really well. Tonight, in surrendering a 21-0 first quarter lead, this one hurts, and this one hurts bad.
Yeah, and losing the way they did there at the end, just not being able to stop Westfield, it hurts. But coach will have them back to play, I'm sure. You know, you hate to say that you build off a loss. Saw a lot of good things, mostly in the first half.
Indeed,
so
we
they
did.
still, Blue Devils obviously still have a lot to work on.
Want to thank Bradley Bedard and those folks at Leominster TV. They'll have the replays throughout the week and weekend, and you can see for yourself potentially whether that 2-point conversion crossed the goal line or not. They'll have those replays for you, the coaches show, and 20 for 20. All that coming up. You stay tuned on Leominster TV for that. For Bill, Kate, I'm Todd. Thank you so much for joining us on Leominster TV. It's time for you to flip on your radios. AM 1280, 105.3 FM, streaming live at WPKZ.net. Central Mass's most comprehensive post-game show coming on right now here on the K-Zone. Final score from Doyle Field. Westfield 29 and Leominster 28. A break, and we're back with the post-game next. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ.